Don't worry, guys. If you make it out of here alive, I'm sending you to a much nicer place.
Oh, wonderful!
That's nice.
That's
nice.
That's
yeah.
nice. It's from getting here to there. That's the trick.
That's the trick. Yeah.
You'll be able to buy pants.
Wearing
I can
pants.
buy pants now.
Who needs pants? You're going to be made fun of for your lack of pants. Anyway,
We have pants, don't we?
you have thongs.
We are a desert people. We have pants.
Basically, what he's trying to imply is that if he does not get this mask back to this gentleman, then Odin's word is not worth really a lot.
That is fair. Yeah.
Which is really bad.
Yeah,
That's
very
not
bad.
so
Gotta
good.
get some bad Yelp reviews.
So it's like the word of Odin on Fate, Yelp reviews.
It's like
1 out of 5
great
stars.
food. Great food. Stuff gets stolen though. Service is okay.
I want to imagine that just like somebody, just like there's a Yelp page about Odin, and there's just like internet trolls just writing a really bad review.
Odin can't keep an eye on one mask.
Oh.
He's only got one.
But by internet trolls, you totally mean frost giants, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely,
Yeah.
100%. I'm just now
Like,
just
oh, this
imagining
guy's a total
frost
frost
giants
giant.
on the internet.
Okay. What was that, Sam?
The audience is cheering a lot for Howie. There's a lot of, like, really good ones. It's Howie, Wowie, Howie, Howie, Zowie, Break the Douchador.
Door! Oh my god!
I want it. Yes!
Oh, I want that on a
How many
shirt
people-
now.
Welcome back, Legion. We are here for the... Sorry, didn't think this was gonna... Yep, okay, hold on. Okay.
It's okay, it's only live.
This isn't live, it's fine.
It's live, it's fine. I tried to deep breathing exercises. Okay.
You got this, buddy.
For the finale of our Mutants and Masterminds Paragon High setting. I'm your game master, Devin, but as Mike is so fond of saying, it is not about me but my players. But first, it's about Mike, because Mike has to do announcements. So I'll pass it over to Mike for announcements before we go to our players.
Hi everyone, Big Mike here. We don't have many announcements this month, mostly because D20 Live will be at Anime North this at the end of the month. And we will be doing a game in the universe of Dragon Ball Z, system to be determined, players and guests to be determined. In addition to that, we may be getting additional events at the convention, so look forward to those announcements as we go forward. And a couple weeks after that, with a firm date coming up, we will be doing our first game in the Highlander universe, because a bunch of us are Highlander nerds. So look forward to that, but I have to kick it back to Devin.
All right, so it is about our players, and we have the full cast here today. I'm super excited. As much as it caused Sam some technical problems, I'm glad that we have all 5 of our players. So we'll start with Cassie.
Oh my gosh, me first? Hey everybody, it's me, Cassidy Toy Love Chew, and I am excited, so excited, oh my gosh, to bring back Mimic. I'm playing Mimic today. I've waited so long. I love her so much. Let's do this.
All right, and we're going to go in clockwise order because it's just easier for me to not lose my place. Welcome back, Arcada.
Okay, because you said clockwise, and it's like, I'm sure for each individual...
For each of us, it's different.
So I'm like, clockwise! Okay.
Great.
At first, I was looking over at the screen, I'm like, all right, well, who's clockwise in the screen? Okay. Go.
I'll do it initiative-wise. Arcada, you're
Regardless.
next with Sam on deck. There we go, just like initiative. There you are.
Fine. Hi, I'm Tristan Gallant, also known as Arcada on the internet. I run a YouTube channel called Glass Reflection, where we talk about the animes. Today, despite the fact that I wasn't here for the last 2 editions of Mutants and Mastermind, Wendell's alive.
Wendell is alive.
No idea what he's doing. He probably doesn't know and or care. He's just like, yeah, okay, here we go. I'm back. I guess.
You're still part of Class 7. That's all that matters.
Sure. I've been there the whole time.
Whole time.
Just sneaking
All
in the
right.
back.
All right, next.
Sam Reich.
Exactly. Sam, Mike on deck.
Alright, hi everybody, it's me, Sam, the production manager. I am going to be playing Shortcut. It's going to be fun. I'm tired. We're going to move on.
That's us in a nutshell.
Also,
How are you
thank
today,
you, Colin
tired?
DeLorean, for resubscribing. Thank you.
Oh.
Yay, thank you. Mike, followed by Nicole.
Hi everyone, Big Mike here. I am once again getting into the shoes of everyone's favorite himbo, Quantum.
Yep.
Not much more to say about that. He means well.
He does. He always does.
Does he?
Very well.
We hope.
And Nicole.
And I'm Nikki. I'm going to be playing the lovable Greasy Gearhead, or GG for short.
Yes. And I'm playing everyone else, which is which is quite difficult to remember everything in between and all the random names that I've thrown out there and be like, this person has these powers. Now I got to detail them. That's great. So we are returning back to our story. Sam, the Americana music, the title music.
I have it already up. And thank you, Winnie90, for also resubscribing.
Thank you, Winnie. So when we last left our story, it was the aftermath of Axis's attack on Dedalac's Academy, attacking Dedalac's when he thought all of the students would be away on planned vacation prior to graduation. Unfortunately for him, the 5 what? Sorry.
Joke's on you, Axis. Some of us don't have a home to go to.
Sad.
No. Top.
Yikes.
My heart bleeds for you, my man.
So, yes, so while some of you did and some of you didn't, all of you got off the bus because Shortcut was like, wait a minute, there's something there. The Axis was trying to keep everyone chained into the buses, but the 4 of you noticed, broke free along with the help of Jenna and Soundwave, and while Jenna and the rest of Class 7 stayed to keep people safe, Quantum and the rest went into the school. making their way through a school that was locked down because no one was supposed to be there. So you had to fight the security systems to get into the school that Axis was controlling, eventually making your way down into the basement where you finally were confronted with Axis himself. Axis, who's been in the background of the setting this entire time, the government stating him as a rebel and as an anarchist, was not doing terribly nice things, admittedly. He had mind-controlled everyone's favorite armored teacher, and mind-controlled him to be beating the living snot out of your headmaster. And between a variety of different things, some portal shenanigans, some mimicry shenanigans, two main things came out of it. Greasy Gear realized that she is actually far more, her powers were being kept underpinned and being kept down. She is actually, much like Shortcut, a descendant of one of the progenitor lines, being able to utilize machinery as she sees fit. And you also discovered that the school was keeping Axis's 4 progenitor allies in vats, draining them of blood, draining them of their life force, and using that blood to ostensibly, from what you were able to put together, feeding genetic lines that were being sent out. Greasy Gear found out transactions coming into and out of the school being sold off. These heroes being built.
Selling hero juice. Yep.
Yep, being built and sent out. That piece of it you're still not 100% certain of, but after Quantum confronted Axis, showed him what was in his mind, Axis broke down, seeing how small he was in the grandness of the universe, and that's how you defeated him. Showed him that his concerns, his desire to break the world, is meaningless by comparison to everything else that's out there. The school then, as you left, and as you freed the other 4 progenitors, as you were leaving the school, government agents and agents from a corporation of Restock or Rostek arrived at the school. And instead of actually me talking about this, let's play this out. This is originally going to be a monologue, but let's play this out. We'll try and keep it short. So the 4 of you come out with not Mimic. Yeah, Mimic's also there, but with Axis and the 4 other progenitors as government agents with guns and armored vehicles are coming because Dedilax, one of the primary facilities of the country, is under attack, and alarms went off, and they are arriving as you're bringing the nearly dead body of the headmaster out. And as you leave the school, your friends Wendell and Jenna and others start making their way off of the bus, which is also still there, and you're being not held at gunpoint so much as being guns are in your face, and everyone stay where you are, as more and more people start coming out, a dozen individuals coming out of the armored cars of the government, and this other corporate vehicles, armored limousines are being pulled in as more and more people start piling into the school. Axis is still weakened, we'll say, by his experience with Quantum. We'll say Quantum's holding him up. So, you're being up. Yeah. The 4 other progenitors' bodies are just starting to regain consciousness. And among them, just as a reminder, Greasy Gear is apparently your progenitor. Your great grandfather is also in there, among these bodies. So, we'll start there. And set up what is happening through roleplay instead. So all of you are being held at gunpoint by these government agents, and a woman steps out of one of the armored vehicles. You recognize her. She's part of your history books. She's an individual who heads up Rostec currently. You know of her, you've seen of her, none of you have ever met her, but the head of Rostec Industries here in Germany. And said, everyone calm down, gentlemen. Thank you, students, for your work in defending your school. I'm sure your headmaster, unconscious as he is right now, would be very proud of you defending Dedalax Academy. Your friends start circling around behind you. And thank you for saving this school. As his parent, I would ask that all of you stand aside from those five individuals pointing to Axis and the 4 progenitors. They are very dangerous individuals. I simply ask that you all step back, let us take them into custody, and we will all move on without any further disruption.
What crimes have they committed?
Well, I would hope that the school had taught you what crimes they committed. They have done treason. They have done mass harm, mass destruction to buildings. It has been almost a century since they were active, but they nearly brought this country to its knees with their actions.
But what is the statute of limitations in this country for the maximum sentence of which these people are being processed? And does that involve violating their body autonomy?
Well, clearly you have been properly educated.
I do believe Germany has very strong laws against violating bodily autonomy. Thank you.
Highly
You got
educated.
this. You can't
Highly
keep-
educated.
He knows the words, he can't speak them. I have a talkie of 2.
A talkie-walkie.
Quantum, you hear in your head, and it's Axis's voice, very weak, just keep her distracted and talking, please.
Yes, that's what I'm doing. I have a plan.
Thank you. And Axis tries to stand and pretends that he falls unconscious. He just slumps out of your grip and falls onto the ground. I'm
Am I still in mech?
you are, yes.
Gnarly. Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of want to look up the maximum imprisonment durations in Germany right now. Just to this woman with shit. Someone else can talk though.
Yeah, they're clearly not dangerous because the fact that, well, these 4 have been bled almost dry, and Axis is unconscious.
And that is the best
Yeah.
opportunity for us to ensure that they are safely removed from any possible further harm of the students. Gentlemen, please. Yes, whoever you
But
are.
what about the harm you're causing them? I'm related to that guy. I don't want that guy to go back in a tube.
You granted them parole you granted them the chance to apply for parole after 15 years, right? That's the law in Germany.
Did you let them apply for parole?
Did you let them apply for parole?
That's the rules.
You
yes,
made
I did
them.
look up life imprisonment.
Yes, there you
Quantum just busily typing on his...
I'm holding up the principal, holding up him going.
So all the
Siri, what is life imprisonment?
But he's just like, and he says, after all, wouldn't each of these men pointing guns at us be allowed the same rights as human beings?
And out
Regardless of
loud, I
their
go, also, if we're gonna be pointing guns, and I unsheath my little saw blade, if we're gonna have guns pointed at us, then we also have a right to defend ourselves from all y'all.
So some, not all, but some of the soldiers turn their guns on you, and the woman the woman speaks up. No, not a student. No.
It's fine. That guy still has his safety on.
You can.
You would be able to see that. One of the soldiers. So it's the 2 of them. One looks to the left, one looks to the right.
Your left hand, right above, you're in. Yeah, there. Okay, good. You're fine.
He quickly does the military. Just turns the gun quickly, fuck. he turns the safety on.
But yeah,
and
have they been granted an attorney for German law?
And you
Yeah,
hear
what
in your
about due process or whatever?
and you hear in all of your minds, thank you. We'll see you again soon.
No, I was actually trying to do this legitimately.
And then the soldiers simply say, and the woman then finishes what she had said before, yes, while they have not been seen in some time, they are allowed due process. I believe that would be fair. And the soldier said, one of the soldiers speaks up, ma'am, there are only students here. What are you talking about? They're right there. they're on the ground. Like, ma'am. And the soldiers look back and forth between each other in confusion. And and she very angrily she wants to step forward and say something like, of course he has. Axis! Where are you? And Axis stands and pats his hand on your shoulder. Don't worry, we're not going to hurt them. I just need to get my friends out of here. And
I replied back in my head, we had a deal.
Yep. I'm like, I know, we did, and I'm going to hold up my end of it as best I can. They're not going to. I'm not going to hurt them, and I'm not going to hurt the school anymore. And he helps his friends get up as she's berating the rest of the soldiers. They're right. They were right there, and they have notes like, continue a search, move around the perimeter, and the soldiers start spreading out among the square. They're actually walking into and around where the rest of the progenitors are. The five, well, Wendell not so much because Axis didn't see you last session. So the four of you, Wendell, you see nothing. You thought there were bodies here, and now you're sort of questioning in your own mind. Wait a minute.
An awareness of 10? That's impressive.
Yeah, it's one of those, but it's almost like not even an awareness. It is as if you thought there were bodies there, but now you're putting your own sanity into question. Like, wait, were there?
It's not an actual awareness.
It's not an actual awareness. This is you're questioning your own memory.
Yeah.
And
I've seen Ghost in the Shell. I know how this works.
And Axis then picks up the rest of the progenitors and starts moving them away into and around the soldiers as they move away. Very well. Get the and as more men start to arrive, they say the headmaster, take him. He needs to go to a hospital. And the headmaster is being loaded into an ambulance to be taken away. She then turns to the rest of you. I assume you'll have no problem with that. Pointing to the headmaster.
No, he needs to go to the hospital. He's very injured.
I mean, he should see a
Very well.
therapist. He has several power fantasy issues and things like that.
Still, regardless, he needs to go to the hospital.
Oh, yeah.
The life-threatening injury.
Hospital first, then therapy.
One of the
long term.
One of the soldiers walks
Yeah.
up to her and like, "Madam, with the headmaster injured, what are your orders?" And like, "I will take over day-to-day operations of the school until Headmaster Tumult is safe. The students may return from the students will be safe to return from their vacations, and we will see once the headmaster recovers what to do next. For now, lock down the environs of the school and ensure that no further incidents can happen from the outside. Keep these students safe, please." And she walks into the school.
How long do we have until grad again? Because we're pretty close
Technically
to
1 week.
Oh wow! So this
Oh
is
my
God!
This is a very
you're on vacation, and then you had a week vacation, and then you're going to come back for graduation.
Okay.
And unless any of you do anything from the end of this scene until we move on, I'll finish off the monologue. What happens over the next few weeks? It's strange. They even in our world, when something bad happens, it seems like even just a few days can stretch and feel like it stretches into weeks and then months. So what happens next is in the space of maybe 2-3 weeks, but it feels much longer. This individual, you say she's simply known as Madam to the Soldiers. And she's the head of Rostec, and over the next days and weeks, the government and Rostec slowly start increasing presence of boots on the ground around the school. It didn't stop. Apparently Headmaster Tumult passed on a request that a student council be formed. And she can't override the headmaster. Headmaster Tumult said that he wished a student council to be formed and for volunteers to be there. And a student council is formed through popular vote once the students return from vacation. But a few things odd do happen. One, a student council is only there and needed if the school's in session, and you're supposed to go away for the summer. But she forbids that. There has been too much chaos, too much going on, Simply says, for your safety, all students are required to stay at Dedalax Academy, and your studies will continue. The instructors are to continue on with what would have been your next year's studies. And you've been in class as normal, living out what would have been your year 2 studies for the group of you, because you're all first-year students. But you see more boots on the ground. There are individuals with stun wands and batons, with heavy body armor moving through the school. And the head of Rostek has not left. She has been appointed interim headmaster during this time. But a student council has been formed.
So is Rostech a government-funded organization, or does it have actually any official government presence?
Sorry, what do you mean by government presence?
Like,
it is a government organization. If if any student goes on the internet, you'll see that Rostech is a government-funded body. Yes.
Okay. It is funded by the government, but it does not have the administrative control of a government body, like say the organization that would control teachers and things like that.
Interestingly, yes, absolutely. It doesn't seem to have any presence on its bylaws or any of its official mission statements. That statement, but it seems like the government is granting them administrative powers until such time as Headmaster Tumult comes back. But you are correct in that it doesn't have as part of its mandate a right to tell teachers what to do. But this is something that the German government has said, yes, for the interim until the headmaster is safe and returns. So the next scene will start in a student council meeting. Sorcut has already said that she would not be part of that council. Any other player character can say that they are part of it, whether they are or not. In that meeting, whoever wants to be in this scene can. It's a meeting of the student council. Yeah. Yes, Quantum?
No, I'm putting my hand up to say yes.
Oh, you're putting your hand up. So you are with the rest of the student council. So yourself, Jenna is also there. Some other upperclassmen and other members of your current class, and Jenna herself is speaking up. You're turning the school into a prison with a veneer of civility and protection. This is garbage. Up to and including volunteer safety force. You're turning my fellow students against our fellow students. They're attacking each other in the hallways. And to which the madam replies, are they attacking their fellow students, or are they simply attacking the ones who are a disruptive element? Individuals who are trying to fight back against the security guards, and individuals who are trying to break down civility and structure and the regular operations of Dedalax Academy. Like, the volunteer force is volunteer for a reason. They understand what this school was founded on, the motto that Dedalax was founded on, and they are simply continuing that motto in the spirit that the headmaster would want it to be continued. And Jenna
lady putting a lot of faith in a bunch of teenagers.
Angers and is angry and sits down. Now, is there any other business that we have, or can we adjourn back to our classrooms? I believe all of you have your duties to see to. No? Instructors and Brass Bowl, along with 4 other instructors, basically the teachers who are the primary instructors, the individuals on the student council, comes to bring them back to their classroom. So Brass Bowl comes to bring Quantum and Jenna and bring them back to class 7. Brass Bowl heaves a heavy sigh and is in the hallway. Go ahead, Quantum.
I just have a question. Can we have like a group chat for all of us?
Mm-hmm.
To kind of be.
I think it was confirmed last episode that we do have a group chat. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we do.
I was kind of
We do
relaying
indeed.
the fight between Jenna and the headmaster, just to the group, just to kind of get everyone up to date.
I did have a question. So Wendell would not have been in the room as a member of the student council. That's not his thing.
Okay.
Wendell would have absolutely been in a vent above the room, though.
I love that. That's amazing. He's watching everything.
They're watching everything, and then the teachers come in and it's like, shit, get backing up through the vent to get back to the room.
Can I?
And then you come out through a side hallway to rejoin the class.
Can I be walking past a vent and be messaging Wendell, and then hear the chirp coming from the vent? And you're like, shit.
Would have been like,
100%.
what would have been like a cool ringtone that would have just popped up in the middle of nowhere? I don't know. Something.
Like the Metal Gear Solid codec call sound.
Amazing. Yes, Greasy.
How much have they been in the like in the workshop where I make gadgets and gizmos? Because that's kind of their shtick, and I don't really know how much Greasy Gear would appreciate someone floating over her shoulder, watching literally everything. I assume
the workshop, the workshop and the school manufactorum is something that all students have access to. So there is a guard that will make it as part of their patrol. Sometimes two, depending on the patrol that day. But there is not necessarily someone in there all the time, but maybe every 10 minutes. Someone comes into the room, checks in on things, and then leaves as part of the rounds.
Okay, well, I don't like police.
Like Jenna said, they're making it a veneer of civility and typical student body. Yeah.
Okay.
Brass Bull turns to Quantum, and Jenna like, your voice got raised a great deal there, Miss McIntosh. Are you all right? And Jenna speaks up and like, this is ridiculous. They trust us, and yet they don't. They believe that we're capable. They call us paragons. They all call us heroes. How are we supposed to actually like make decisions for ourselves and make moralistic choices about who to keep safe and who to not, if they don't trust us to actually run ourselves without their oversight? Then Brass Bull nods his head. It is a difficult choice that we all must make. We need to make a decision about what we will allow to happen and what we will not allow to happen. Don't we, John? And he looks down at Quantum.
Quantum's just kind of really quiet because it sounds like he's been thinking really hard for the last few weeks.
So,
is he okay?
Quantum?
Yeah.
Well, he's had a moral quandary, our good boy is. About how anarchist he should go. In line with his ideals.
How radicalized has he been?
All of you return to class 7 and sit down, and G-Men is there, and Jenna sits down next to G-Men. And G-Man takes out one of his sound suppressing earbuds so he can listen to the class, and the other members nod to Jenna and Quantum as they return to class. Now then, before we start, we're going to do. You know what? No. We're going to watch a video today. I think this is a video day rather than a proper class day. So let's put the
science guy.
He pulls out one of the many hard disk drives from his desk, plugs it in, turns on a video. You can watch it or not watch it. I really don't care.
I don't care. I'm good.
And Brass Bull then walks up as he sits in the class as the video is playing. About 20 minutes into the video, he sort of is looking at Quantum the entire time and decides to get up and walks over to him and pats Quantum on the shoulder. John, let's go talk, you and I. Yes, come.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
It's all right. Okay. He gets up, and the two of you leave and go to and walk several hallways away. He's like, and you pass by guards and you pass by cameras that have been installed, and he's like, well, he whispers to you, Quantum, there is one place in school that they would not put cameras. Come,
sir. I'm not comfortable going there with you.
You want to go in first? I understand, yes, but
I'm not comfortable going in the bathrooms with you, sir.
Okay, all right. Utility closet then, perhaps.
Yeah, that'll work, sir.
Okay, all right. So
that's less sketchy.
So
closet ending.
It'll be a little quieter.
Yeah, he takes it to the janitors, to one of the janitor utility closets. Opens the door and closes the door, and locks it. So there's privacy. Now,
that means absolutely nothing to either of us, sir.
This is true. This is very true. As the conversation starts, back in the classroom, video is continuing on. And about 5 minutes further on into the video, the door opens, and Brass Bull walks in. And he stands by the table, looks and like, "Oh, we had a lesson plan, children." And he takes off his helmet and places it on the desk and turns off the video. "Which one of you started this?"
You did.
And we cut back.
You did.
What?
That was you.
Done.
And then we cut back to Quantum and Brass Bull. I'm like, well, now then. And Brass Bull takes off his helmet and sits it on a nearby one of the nearby shelves. Sam, switch to either of the mystery tracks, please.
Okay.
How have you been feeling, Quantum?
Unsure, sir.
Make a will save for me, please.
Oh, of course. Oh, that's.
I am in the group chat right now, adding quantum, answer me, quantum. It is like frightening how fast I can type these. Quantum. Answer me. Where are you? Location. Requesting location.
11.
Oddly enough, there is a little vibration from a nearby village.
Okay.
Before it is silent.
Does Wendell
It's
know
like-
about
it's
quantum?
comfortable.
Well, as
Yes,
Brass Bull has the video up,
Absolutely, Wendell does.
those texts are coming so fast and furious that even though all of you probably have it on silent, your cell phones are like vibrating so much.
Force.
And unfortunately, Quantum, you failed the contested check, so you don't hear or feel any of the text coming in.
Right.
Go ahead, Mike.
Well, sir, I mean, the question seems to be, what is the best course of action in this situation? I've got two issues I'm going over, sir.
All right.
The first is everything that's going on with the school and what's the best way to resolve it, because it's not a problem that can be solved by hitting people. You have to change people's minds. You have to talk to them and reason with them and trust that every person who acts is doing so because they think it's the right thing to do. Right?
That's one way of seeing it, but
Well, that's people. That's something my abuelita, abuela taught me a long time ago. I can see Nicole just going, "Yeah, tell him." And then there's
John.
There's another thing, and I don't really feel comfortable talking to you about it, sir.
If you don't wish to speak, that's fine.
I mean, it involves a girl, and I'm trying to.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm said that is not something that my wife and I, we met each other very young. We fell in love madly when we were in school. I will give you any advice you ask as is appropriate for teacher. But let's go back to what you were speaking of before.
I really need help with this one, sir.
And then we'll cut back to the classroom.
It's just.
Wendell's in the vent going,
look
"Oh
how
God."
tense it is. Do you ask a girl out when it's like this? Do you? I mean,
It's
what's the best
so
way?
tense.
Like, it's not like the best time for it. Like, I'm more worried about because that stuff I'll work through it, but she's so great, sir. Like, really great.
It will cut. It will cut back to the classroom.
Mystery person. That's incredible.
The back in the classroom. Like, what do you mean I gave you this? The video.
And then Mimic stands up out of her seat and is like, "Sir, I this is gonna sound weird. I need you to prove to us that you are the real brass bull. I need you to prove to us. I'm so sorry. You're the real one. Prove it now. Quickly."
Tell us something only Brass Bull would know.
Yeah.
Also, the entire class would know.
Tell us something weird about Quantum that you know.
Tell us what? Sorry.
Tell us something weird about Quantum. We can verify. And I look at the other 4 people.
Yeah, nod. Quantum might be in danger.
Quantum first came to this. The first outfit that Quantum wore when he came to the school was very strange overalls and galoshes, and he thought that was part of the uniform. on his first day. That was the oddest thing.
Look at Shortcut, and I go, is that true?
Yeah?
Poggers, we have a problem.
Enough! Wait, what is going on? The problem? What is John all right?
No,
He
maybe
left
not.
with you, like, before you came back in?
He flips up a section of the desk and slams on a button, and alarms start going off.
He's just gonna destroy
Back over in Wendell-land.
Yes,
In
Wendell-land.
I've slowly been able to get my phone out of my pocket, and then I'm like, oh, this is really bad. And then everybody else gets a message being like, Wendell would like to share his location.
Accept. Show me.
And then back to the janitor's closet as
really
that
like
alarm.
her, sir. I don't want to mess it up because girls can get really
All right.
upset with you if you do something real strange on that first go. I watched a lot of American sitcoms. Oh, we should go, sir. And I start phasing through the wall.
And okay, so this is going to be interesting because it's a blend of different powers. So you phase, and as you unphase, you phase through the wall and out the other side. A hand that is behind you has also phased and come out and pull. It is pulling you back through to holding you in place. Like now, little soldier, and you recognize the voice and the terminology, and like, we have a conversation to finish. Like, not about girls, but I have news that I need to give, and I need to deliver it to you before I get caught. So come back in, please.
Well, you could have just been polite. I mean, really.
Are you gonna phase back in?
I step
You're
back.
like halfway through the wall.
I slowly
Homer
step back
Simpson's
in.
back walk through the bush.
And
How much?
Brass pulls it, and weirdly enough, because of how I described his powers the last session, his face phases between Brass Bull and then shifts to Shortcut because you were most recently thinking about Shortcut. And then back to basically between your various friends. It shifts throughout this entire conversation, but keeps on Shortcut even though the voice is a different voice and it's not Shortcut's. But having no physical form. All right, look. You and the rest of the students are in danger. I haven't been able to keep them as under control as I thought. I don't know if you have seen the news. We've been going from academy to see if more progenitors were under there as they were under Dedalax. And most recently, we were attacked. We were attacked at one of the academies. I'm not the only. We're not the only progenitors. Okay. This is a lot to explain to you, but there was more of us. It wasn't the five of us that are under Dedalax. We were just the ones that were fighting in Germany. The company had more of them. The company made more of them and then made us to fight them. They're coming here, or my friends are coming here because they think that more is hidden here. They think that that Rostek is trying to keep something hidden, trying to keep more of the headmaster's files hidden. We're trying to find proof, and I can't do it here because the security will suspect me and they'll find me. I need you and your friends to find it, all right, before the rest of them get here. Because not only are my friends coming, but the other progenitors are coming to stop us, all right?
Can I just be kind of like texting?
Yeah, that's fine.
Just like there's this moment of, okay, I got all of that. Am I talking to Axis right now?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Don't say that in the group chat, though.
Yeah, you are. Or at least that's you recognize his voice,
okay.
And it's the same.
Wendell would not recognize his voice, so I don't know who the fuck
Yeah.
you're talking to, but I'm like trying to figure out what I can and relay
So it's
it.
like I'm going real quick in the group chat, going, Listen, can you forget about everything I talked to you about that wasn't related to this issue, please? Oh shit! Hang on, you're a psychic. Can you find out if she no? That's wrong. That's morally wrong. That's morally wrong. That's very wrong. I can't do that. I could. No, I can't. Sorry.
Hey.
Right. No, I got it.
Axis puts his hand on your shoulder. Hey.
Yeah.
Regardless of what's going on in the world,
Yeah.
take it from someone who has not been able to live his life for the past 100 years.
Yeah.
Don't let the present dictate all of your actions, all right?
I'm a teenager.
There will always, I know. There will always be worries. There will always be shit going on. There will always be worries. Like, I've got a really big problem to deal with right now, but...
Oh, do you have a girl access? Do you need help?
No,
Oh,
no.
Is it a guy?
And like, enough! And you start to hear big booted footsteps of like Brass Bull running down the hallway. It's like, ah, shit.
Thankfully,
Find
covered up the
anything.
sound of
It's
the head
hidden
hitting
here.
the vent.
The headmaster's files. Talk to the headmaster. You can find him. Hell, probably Shortcut could probably get you to him. Just find. We need more information about what they've been hiding from us, what Rostek's been hiding from us. The truth, please. It's like it's the only way to stop my friends and stopping another clusterfuck of these two. Anyway, I gotta go.
Yeah, go.
Okay.
Got it.
And you see him fade, even though you don't know where he leaves from or to. And clearly he's just wiping your conscious memory of where he is right now. The door opens, but nothing opens the door, and he leaves. Wendell, you can go ahead and make a will save if you would like, because he's using his mental powers in front of you, so you can try and resist.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
how does will
1d20
save-
plus your will stat.
Perfect. Trying to remember how to do. Okay, /roll 1d20 plus my will, which is 11. 13.
13, okay. Not high enough for the original DC that I set. So you also see whoever this was fade before your eyes, as if, again, a veil is put over your eyes, and they were there, but they're not there anymore. And again, it's that same feeling that you had previously, many weeks ago, of like, wait a minute, and he was also there the last time this happened, and you're starting to question what you're seeing and not seeing. And Braspo is calling out in the hallway, "John, where are you?" As he's slamming, like, opening and slamming doors.
I just kind of peek my head around, because he goes through walls when he's upsetty spaghetti. And
yes.
I just kind of peek my head around. So,
John! And he reaches forward, and his hands sort of like bury themselves into the wall because you're phasing, and he wants to like grab you and then make sure you're okay. So his hands gotta go and break into the wall, like, and rips them free and takes a section of the wall with him. Are you all right?
well, I'm embarrassed.
Oh. Like, I'm sorry, but you are safe.
No, that's
Yes?
not on you. It's not on you, sir. It's other stuff.
All right. So, it's like, and several members of the volunteer force is here now, and with their stun batons all out and charged, and so forth. And Brass Bull pulls up a hand and like, "No, it is enough. Stand down." And they all look at him for a heartbeat longer than perhaps they should when a faculty member is saying stop. And he squares up on them, like, "I said my students are fine. You can go."
I got lost.
And the volunteer force retracts their stun batons and starts clearing the hallway. And the rest of you now arrive, with Wendell still in the vents.
Either that, or if I had an exit, I probably would have taken it by now and popped up.
Okay.
Oh, so we found him. Okay, great.
Great, cool. Yep, got
Yeah.
it. We're good. Yep, we're good. Yeah.
Yep. Glad that's sorted.
Mm-hmm.
Did my group
So-
messages go through to the group, and is the whole group up to date with what's going on?
Yep. So up
Yeah.
to date with what that was and what was asked of you.
I think what happened was we got the updates from Quantum on what the conversation was, and Mimic was like, "Oh no, I just made Brass Bull like sound the alarm. Am I gonna be in detention for this over like what's essentially gonna have to be a false alarm, or we give up Axis's position?"
No, we're about to hear the best lie Quantum can do. Oh, Mr. Brass Bull, sir, what a strange faker that impersonated you. I don't know what happened, sir.
That's terrible.
That's the
Hey,
best he's
Baker.
got.
I was not aware that there was any, aside from young Miss here, pointing to Mimic, I was not aware that there was any mimicry or duplication powers available in this school. Interesting.
It must have been someone who is not in the school. Maybe they left. Maybe they're still here, and the security force should check it out.
And the security force is looking at each other, and Brass Bull turns to them. Well, you heard him. Go look for any infiltrators.
Take orders from this teenager.
Suggestions?
A member of the student council said that there might be danger in
No
the school. Go do a patrol.
Face to face.
Look
And
for anyone who looks like someone you know. I'm sure that search will go
everyone.
Go great.
Witch hunt, witch hunt, witch hunt.
Brass Bull turns back to you. I'm glad to see that you are safe. Is there anything you wish to talk to me about? Just to start this whole thing all over.
No, I'm not falling for that again, sir.
You sort of look at Shortcut and look back at him, do Shortcut, and then back at him. It's like, no, fine, all good, no, yep, no, all good, yep.
No, I'm not falling for that again, sir. I'm sorry. The universe has sent a pretty clear message.
Okay. And and he brings you back to your class. And after class is dismissed for the day and you go back to your dorms, I imagine the 4 of you want, or the 5 of you want to talk. So go ahead and discuss what Axis had said about people coming to the school.
Shortcut
Yes.
just makes a portal all to Quantum's room, just like from all of she's like just portal goes into Quantum's room, portal opens into everyone else's room. It's just like get in here.
It's gonna be really awkward for Quantum. It's like, all right, Shortcut, can we talk a little bit later? Shortcut!
Hi.
Hi!
I figured we want to have a powwow with everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that is a good idea.
I figured it'd be better than over text, just in case, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Good.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm okay.
Are you sure?
You okay?
Yeah, that happens. I'm a boy.
If a portal opens, I'm like jump through instantly.
Okay. All right.
And I would like, can I discuss like maybe a small gadget that, because like Greasy Gear would not like the police right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so because she knows that we're gonna have to be talking about a lot of this stuff, I think she would make something that creates like a sound frequency that we can't hear, but is like high enough that the microphones can't pick up anything else. It's just kind of like a dull ringing noise.
Yeah.
And I put it just like right on the floor of the door, and I'm like, God, I hope no one here can turn into a dog or something, because I'm really sorry. And then I like activate it, and like the little disc device, I'd say it kind of looks like a little Roomba. The little disc device like lights up, and then it's I'm like, okay.
I haven't looked at your character sheet in a while. If you took 10 on something, because that's not something that's under pressure, so if you took 10 to your technology, what would that do? What's the total?
If I took 10 to my technology?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Acrobat. Sorry, I'm just going through my.
So it would be an average level of success. Yeah.
Yeah, it would. So I currently have a plus 16 on my technology.
It would be a 26 total.
It would be a 26
I'd say that's
total,
reasonable enough. That's in this system. That's very difficult DC. So that's what 25 is. So that's fine.
Cool.
So you build it and it will function as intended.
Just like a little small device, like nothing that's like crazy, but just enough for like while we are sitting in a room for us to feel able to talk a little more openly.
And meanwhile, in another area of the school, a student with acute hearing is having a really bad migraine right now.
Just crying, literally sobbing.
So go ahead and talk.
So yeah, that's everything I think it was Axis said.
Well, shit.
Yeah.
You think?
Well,
what happens if it wasn't?
I'm pretty sure it was. Well, because there were other things. It's not important what the other things we talked about were. But yeah, so that's basically it.
So there's
lots of them.
Yeah.
Wendell's not good with the whole conversation thing and doesn't want to accidentally say something to make it very obvious he was there in the before access reveal time. It's one of those blocking the vent. Got close, not close enough. So good thing that you're okay. And
I'm fine. I'm embarrassed, but I'm fine.
I am embarrassed. Oh, because he tricked you.
Yeah, anyway,
would we be allowed to speak to the
talk
headmaster?
later, buddy, if you want to talk later about your feelings.
Yeah.
I'm here for you and your feelings.
Yeah.
I can
You
help.
did talk to her and Greasy Gear about your feelings last session.
It's true.
I did.
Which
But,
is why I'm like,
Quantum's like, how do I tell them I want to talk to them about asking a shortcut? It's not important time for that right now.
Later. More
Funny
important
because
things.
now
Okay, let's
everyone
go.
knows. We had a chat last session. I was in the vent.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everybody.
Everyone knows.
Last session was in the vents going, man, I should get down there.
this is Wendell is
Where's
like,
Wendell been for the last couple of sessions? I don't know, in a vent.
Wendell is in the vent doing a twit longer right now, being like, saving the school, a thread.
The chat's going, does Wendell have
I
a
was
mini
just going
fridge and
down.
snack stations or hidden around the vent system?
Yes, exactly.
I was just going through the 7J Jeffries tube, and then I overheard this guy. Don't know who he was. Again, vents, but I heard his voice. Oh my god, he is having a rough time.
Yeah.
So, Greasy Gear, you had a question?
Yeah, so it seems like there's sort of, in my own sort of deduction, there's two ways that we could go about talking to the headmaster. I don't know if we would be allowed to speak to the headmaster directly, and I know how we all feel about quote-unquote splitting the party, but I think it might be a good idea to have two of us go to speak to the headmaster, and the other three who are a little bit more sneaky attempt to break into the office, and I can see what I can do on that sort of computer in the meantime. That way we kind of have two fronts, and that way if one front gets caught, the other front has a better chance to sort of succeed.
Would Wendell have ever broken into that office before this
I don't
exact
know.
moment? I'm pretty sure he would have, but I don't. It's one of those. I don't know if he would have been able to. He would have tried at some point.
Yeah.
I don't know if he would have succeeded.
Because
if he had and he made it there, it's like, all right, I'm here now. I don't know what to do, and goes back.
Well, you can unlock the door.
Yeah.
The answer is you unlock the door.
Yes.
What I'm kind of thinking is that we could send Shortcut and Quantum to go attempt to talk to the headmaster. Where if there's any sort of standing guards, then Shortcut's ability to sort of get into the room and Quantum's literal ability to phase through fucking walls.
They both have get out of jail free cards.
Yeah, and then the three of us can either use ventilation systems, I can try to trigger some sort of emergency alarm, or we can use slight mimicry to attempt to shift people off of their shift into a new guard position, and then we get let in that way.
Okay, out of character.
Okay.
Headmaster bad, right? Headmaster's been hiding all this shit and has been... We don't like the headmaster.
That's entirely up to you. All you know about the headmaster is actually, I'm sure Quantum would have shared this bit of information because it was something between him and Axis last session. But you know a couple of facts about him. One, he's the headmaster at Deadlax Academy. You learned from Axis that he was there when Axis was fighting. Like, he was one of the guys on the opposite side. There was the 5 progenitors, and then a handful of others that were fighting against them back when there was the war from a century ago. That's the second thing. And the third is that, yes, Quantum has already confronted him about, asked him straight up, like, is this what the school does? And the headmaster basically talked around it. So it's like, no, we train the students, but we exchange favors with other countries and states, and sometimes our heroes go to them. So those are the 3 things that you know about him. So taken as a whole, it's up to you whether you feel that he's a bad guy or not, or how you feel about him.
Do we at the very least get the feeling that the headmaster and what's her name, the madam?
The madam, yeah.
Are in cahoots?
No, I don't think they are. I don't think
think
Greasy
so?
here thinks they are. Greasy
The
Gear
feeling that-
definitely thinks that he's like a product of his environment, and that in like a very tragic sense.
Wendell would have had a suspicion that maybe they were on the same side at one point in time, but then either did a backstabby or did a thing he wasn't supposed to do to follow the rules, and now he is not liked anymore by the people he was previously with.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay.
More from the vents.
I
Crawls back in.
Crawls back into the vents.
I have something that maybe we could do if we wanted to just talk our way into getting some information. And Mimic uses perfected paragonal metamorphosis and transforms into the Madam.
Ooh.
That's
Like-
crazy.
I can change into whoever the hell I want.
Yeah, as long as you have a round and you've at least been around her for 6 seconds.
Which we have.
Yeah, which you have. Yep.
hmm
Unfortunately.
Mhm.
Unfortunately.
Yep. Yeah, you need a round to look at them and observe them, and then you can change. Okay. So, what
so
are we
we might
doing?
be able to use that.
So you okay?
Just putting that out.
No, the only thing.
Yeah, I
was
mean,
gonna add was,
options. Yeah.
The only thing I was gonna add was like, well, I can call my sister and she can at least be our backup if anything goes wrong at the hospital. So
Options are great.
Yep.
Like, this is why the break-in plan is a great option, because we have vents, we have techie stuff, we have... Do you know who I am?
You're a sussy baka, that's what you are.
This has gone from being... I remember when Wendell was this very edgy character to now his safety space is the vents, and he wants to be left alone.
The Among Us
That's
music has been
gremlin.
ringing through his ears. He is venting.
I am venting. It is great. It's one of those, hey, my entire character was spec'd for long-range combat, and we're all in a school. Shit. Now I gotta deal with stealth.
Yeah.
Nerd to the vents!
It's
Okay.
like, yeah, I got a rifle.
Yep.
It's a sniper. Can I use it in closed doors in the school? Probably not, but I can sneak an event.
You also can see through walls. That's one of your senses abilities.
Can.
Yeah.
You army
okay.
crawl with a sniper rifle through the vents.
He's a superhero sniper with microscopic, telescopic vision. So
My power is that I have telescopic vision and also a gun.
yes.
And this gun I found.
All right. So
that might work for you
between
guys.
the three of you, you're just so we're splitting then, which I don't mind. It works.
Does that plan? Wait. Does that plan work for the party?
yeah,
Yep,
because
go
then
ahead.
because then I can teleport us back to at least outside the headmasters, and then you can let us in.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then we can get all that coordinated and I think.
Yeah,
I think that's
okay.
a good idea.
We have a group chat.
Sounds good. Sam, do you want to your choice music that is not something tense,
Something tense.
but not actiony necessarily? I don't know what you have in your free source music. Just again, it's the two of you sneaking into a hospital where if you make a bad roll, it's a problem. So something a little more tense. Yeah. And we'll start with Quantum and Shortcut. The two of you.
2 seconds.
What's that? Yeah.
She said, "Give me 2 seconds," and it's like we're gonna start with Quantum and Shortcut. Okay, not giving her 2 seconds.
It's fine.
Nope, never mind. Nope. Also, sorry, I didn't hear her say that. We can start with the other group. So Wendell and Greasy Gear and Mimic.
Wait, as
Yes.
we've left, I look at Wendell. So you know about like Quantum and Shortcut, yeah? Like, you know kind of what's going on. I just need them to have some alone time, and I need them to figure it out.
What do you think I was
I've
on
been
board with this whole plan? They're together.
Yeah,
now.
right. Like we've been sitting on this.
Like
for
I know
so
that
long.
Quantum is a soft brick, and this probably won't help, but it's gotta do something.
It's got to do something, right? At the very, very least, they can trauma bond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Devin's plot.
So now we're
ideally,
all great.
Devin's plot. Yeah, Quantum and Shortcut. Yeah. It's manic all over again.
Anyways, now we can start. I
We can
needed to make sure we all.
Yep, totally fine. Romantic subplots are part of every game, and sometimes they take over a whole session. It's fun.
I mean,
would
especially
not be the
a
first
game
time.
about high schoolers. Come on.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Right.
Yeah. I imagine this would have been if we had made this into a season, it would have been like an entire episode of that season. It would have been just this. It would have been just that situation.
Listen, that's the first box I want to wrap. Okay,
Yeah, there you go.
wrap up that box. We put it over here, and then we get the big explosion.
There you go. So
box
yes,
in another box.
you didn't. So you remember from last session, you didn't actually go into the headmaster's office, but you it was one of the options. And Greasy Gear, you pulled up security feeds from within the school that there are 4 turrets that protect the headmaster's office, a pressure plate stun section in front of his door, and then yes, he does have cameras in the vents that are around him and on his window. He does a very large window. So
cameras in the vents.
Yes.
My God.
There would be a lot of security in the headmaster of a superhero training facility.
Yeah, well, because we have people who can crawl through the vents with a gun.
And pass through walls and other things. And I will say that since then, yes, there is a standing guard of 2 people, whether the madam is in the office or not. So that's what you have to deal with. There's 4 security turrets looking down the main hallway. It's about based on my last session notes, it's about a 75-foot hallway. There is a stun charge in the middle of the hallway, and then cameras in the exterior window and the vents.
Are these the same turrets that I've already disabled once before?
Yes, they are. Yes.
Oh, I love budget cuts. Okay.
Whether they are attached to the same MAC address of the network, you don't know. They would be separate individual ones, but that's not.
Yeah,
that might not necessarily depend on your role. It's not a.
I know that they don't physically. They read what a person is visually, which is very important, instead of reading a power level of sorts.
Yes. Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Let's do some shape shifting.
Okay.
Because I
So
feel
how are you approaching this? So you're starting off with shapeshifting?
Well, I feel like if we have a little bit of shape shifting, we can be students that are in trouble in the office.
Yeah, it's like the prisoner transfer. We're hooked up in cuffs, and the madam is dragging us along to the headmaster's office for detention.
Yeah.
Ah,
so,
got it.
It might be kind of like a free way in without having to interact with anything that might set off bells and whistles if we fuck it up.
Okay, I'm gonna.
And then you're not an event, and I'm sorry about that, but if you need to make a quick escape, that vent's all yours, my guy. You can go through that vent, and I will jump through that window. I am also not in Mecca.
All right, you're not in your suit. Yeah.
To try this as low key, to keep this as low key as we can.
That would be a little bit more of a red flag.
Yeah.
So you do. So you do have access to the other part of your power array as well, but you're not in your suit. So you have more. So Mimic, you're morphing into the madam, and taking them into the office.
Was it that, or was it like, oh, I'm taking these students to the headmaster's office to be reprimanded as
I think that's like you're like
she is taken over the headmaster's office.
Yeah.
While the headmaster is incapacitated.
That's what we're assuming, right? Because if I showed up there as the as the mistress going into the office and she's there, it's gonna look real weird. So
I have no idea where.
Glad someone thought of that.
I never thought.
Right. So.
Yep.
If I transform into one of the security volunteers or whatever, that's just strong arming the 2 of you into the office.
Yeah. We were protesting. Wendell, do you want to protest with me? We can be protesters.
Sure, I would absolutely love to protest.
We decided not to join student council so we could start a counter protest against the police presence at our academy.
Love it. Fantastic. Yep. So we're gonna do 2 rolls.
It says no cops.
I'm gonna do a hidden roll about whether the madam's in the office or not, and then I've set my DC for your deception mimic. So go ahead and roll your deception roll as you walk up to the guards.
Actual question before this becomes relevant.
Mm-hmm.
I'm reading my sheet, and I'm trying to get all of the different details, because there's a lot of stuff on my sheet.
There is.
I have 5 different things involving altering luck.
Yes.
is there anything I can roll to make us really lucky and have the madam not there?
Actually, yes, you could, because technically that's right. You have the ability to alter an NPC related role. So that's technically that would be my role. That
because it's one of those things that I'm like, okay, there's luck, and then there's sort of a player like warping reality to make things the way that it benefits us. So I didn't want to know what line I'm able to
Two normal
cross.
successes have been redeemed for the players. So
there
I mean,
you
we
go.
can keep, because we kind of have like a little slot luck machine. We can leave that for you two.
Okay.
To like go through your bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. All right. So Wendell, you're cashing in one of your luck points.
One of my many luck points. Yeah.
One of your any luck points. Yep.
I have a lot.
Absolutely. All right.
Gnarly.
One moment. Okay.
All I know, like one of the few things I remember about making Wendell is that I was in the middle of playing a New Vegas run at the time. There's a lot of like NCR Sniper and Vegas shit going on.
All right. I'm gonna make a second hidden roll. One moment. Okay.
Ooh.
All right. So you walk up and with the two guards, and you see that there are two guards there. And as you turn into the hallway, one of the guards looks at you. Your uniform matches, so he presses his hand against a section of the wall, and you see that the floor has a small electrical discharge as it turns off, so that you can approach. What is it? One of the guards asks you as you're pulling the two of them along. What do we have here?
These two have been causing a ruckus, protesting outside, and I'm bringing them to the madam.
He looks behind him. She's not in right now, but you can leave them in there, and we'll watch them.
All right. I think it would be a good idea if I come in with them and keep an eye on them, make sure they don't get any trouble in there.
Make your deception roll.
I have a plus 20 to deception. By the
Oh.
Because you've mimicked, yep. And I've rolled my DC.
So,
these guys are
does
smart.
that make the total plus? Does that make the total plus 34? Is that what that number is in there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
When you're
Screw this up.
You can still fail technically.
Yeah.
It's a contested roll, so she can absolutely still fail.
Wow.
That you filthy casual.
Hey, what if these
All right.
cops are really good?
I know, right?
Oh, hang on.
Well, my set DC because of my roll was 36, so they were good.
Yes.
Are they?
But
Oh no, they are. Never mind.
They're
I see him. I see him. Yep.
They're
Okay.
there.
yeah,
They're
Okay.
small, but the most
Small.
recent roll will be shown.
Yes.
yeah. Well, the 42 beats my contested DC of 36, so you make it. They are very highly trained.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Note to self: social engineering, not a good idea in this case. Got
All
it.
right. The guards thing. Yeah, not a problem. If they give you any issues, just rap on the door, all right?
Absolutely. I
He-
give him like
he opens it.
a nod, and I walk in.
And as
very
the two of you-
stiffly.
And as the two of you pass by, one of the guards looks down. And it's like, we're doing this to keep you safe. You just smarten the hell up, both of you. And
And I fucking bah!
And just to ham it up even more, I'm like, all right, come on, it's enough out
shove
of
you
you.
inside. All right, that's enough
Yeah.
out of you. So
And as we go away, I'm like,
Water tribe!
So you step inside, close the door behind you. He doesn't. You don't lock it, I imagine, but you could. But you close the door and you see and you're in the headmaster's office.
I'm basically
Greasy
also
Gear,
standing at the door, sort of almost acting as if like I'm kind of standing watch as well, like making sure that like the door is blocked. I'm listening in on if I hear any noise from outside, that kind
You're
of
just
thing.
looking through the little peephole.
Greasy Gear, I need you to make an awareness roll, please.
Okay.
Since yeah.
temperature. Oh, that's not good. I don't know what's going on around me.
3. Okay. Well, we'll describe it this way. So I want you to roleplay and describe for me, because these powers are so new to you.
Yeah.
This head office is a latticework of different kinds of tech. The support systems for the different computers, the security systems, the cameras in the vents, the cameras on the wall. There are wires going into and out of the walls. Your ability now is as we described last session, you can wireframe tech as an overlay in your eyes. You can sort of see, and it's still, we'll say, overwhelming for you based on the result of your role. So how are you getting past the multiple layers of wiring and security and to try and find what you're looking for? Or are you just starting with the computer on the desk?
Yeah, I definitely become like incredibly overwhelmed with sort of what I'm seeing. And I think like even like sort of the pressure of exactly what we're currently doing right now, because like this could get us like actually arrested, and like you know, we're no longer get to be heroes anymore, right? I think like that's also sort of adding, which like kind of adds to like why this role happened. I do think that like after she takes like a quick break after sort of scanning the room, unable to sort of really take anything in, just goes, okay, we need to go back to the basics, and absolutely does just like walk up to like the very simple computer on the desk and go, typically this is where people will keep their most valuable information. Everything else is probably for some form of control. So that is, you are correct. I will definitely start at the desk. Yeah.
Okay. You go to the desk, and we'll end the scene before transferring to the other players. As you walk around the desk, trying to keep quiet so they don't suspect why someone's moving around. So they're just on the opposite side of the door. You round the desk, and you actually see attached to various ports in the desk are already 3 additional computers that are all running algorithms that are trying to clearly break the security firewalls of this one computer. So it just became a lot more complicated because the madam or the corporation that she represents are trying to break into his system already.
They're mining Bitcoin in here. There's too much going on.
So you're looking at this going, shit.
Cracked fingers. Okay.
Yeah. And while you're doing that, we'll transition back to the other two. So the two of you, yes, there is the headmaster security guard. There's Rostec security guards in the hallways at various checkpoints between the hospital and where his room is. So how are you getting to him? How are you making this work, Quantum and Shortcut? With the fact that there is security through the hallways, doing patrols, and the headmaster's room in and of itself may or may not have cameras in it. You don't know. What are you doing? How are you doing this?
I have a weird idea.
Okay. I like weird ideas.
I peek my head into the wall. How big is the gap between the walls in this hospital?
Oh, interesting question. I'll say standard construction is about a 2-foot gap, enough to actually run electrical wires around the studs, and having HVAC move into and out. So about like 2 feet.
Okay, that's not really enough.
This is not the Matrix.
From the ceiling to the floors, how much gap is there?
Between the ceilings and floors?
Yeah.
That's usually wider in most government buildings, so I'll say that's about 8 feet, because the HVAC has to run across there. So like, we'll say about 8 feet.
Between the roof of a room, the ceiling of that room, to the floor of the next one, that gap.
That is 8 feet between the ceiling and the floor. There's always more of a space between floors than there is between walls.
Okay.
Is it a drop ceiling, actually?
Sure. Yeah.
I could just carry you through it.
I mean...
Oh, I'm sorry. No,
no, it's okay.
Because like I thought, we could. I mean, that's why I thought, like going through, like we could just avoid all the security cameras because they're not going to have security cameras in the drop ceiling.
Makes sense.
Like if you're not comfortable with that.
No, I'm okay. It's okay.
What do you need to feel comfortable?
It's okay. We're good.
Okay, I'm gonna rip a hole in the wall from the outside. No, I'm here to listen.
If I just make a portal, we can go in, and then we can...
Oh, you can do portals now on things you can't see the other side of? Because that was the thing you were having a hard time with before.
I know, but like...
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, no, I know. I got it.
Okay.
All right. How? Okay.
If I'm just going through to see the other side of the wall, I think it should be okay.
All
Or
right.
like the ceiling or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now I can fly in that gap.
Mm-hmm.
How do you want to be conveyed?
What?
Well, because I can float in the gap between the ceiling and the floors, right? In that gap.
Yes.
But you can't float.
No.
How do you want me to convey you through that gap?
Do you want me to carry you in my manly quantum arms?
Stop that. Because like if you're comfortable, you could I could hold you where you're comfortable. Or you could
Mind the gap.
I could be at like a sled.
The horizontal samba through the ceiling.
Well, okay. Logically.
Yeah.
Logically, we have to be very close, just because of the fact there's not a lot of space.
Yeah, of course, respectfully.
So that's just how it's gonna have to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what way do you want me orientated?
I think we should just go with our gut and go, just. However, eventually we get it.
Yeah.
You guys are like jigsawing yourself together.
It was like you just see Quantum trying to hold her up by her back, like just going, I got it.
It's like that one game show that has a wall with different shapes coming straight at you, and you have to like import yourself into the.
Amazing.
So like just every so often we like peek through your portals to
Yeah.
see where he is.
Yeah.
All right. So you carry her by her back after you portal into the space between the space between the ceilings and the floor.
Yeah.
And are basically to end, and you're drawing a portal to stick your head in now and then.
Yes.
Is
that it? No.
Yeah. Unfortunately, by luck, every now and then you poke your head in, and there's like an old granny who's being treated with an IV. Your head pokes through, and she's like,
We're not death. It's just a weird thing.
and she hits the emergency button. So every time to call, there's some like hospital staff that'll run to their room every now and then. So there's occasionally not alarms, but like help me.
Yeah.
Alarms that come in as you're going from room to room to room.
Shortcut. There is something I'd like to talk to you about when you are comfortable to talk about things.
As you
Damn,
are
that's some
phasing
riz.
through walls.
Okay.
Whenever that is. It doesn't have to be right now.
Okay. Okay.
Whenever you're good. I don't want to pressure you. I mean, I'm
You just see Shortcut's brain is trying to like
Trying to process.
trying to process
That is
anything.
circuiting.
Doing the math lady
am I
meme.
taking advantage of you at this
No,
time?
I think
I know there's a thing called the implication that I don't want to cause.
I think hang on, I think maybe we should talk to the headmaster first.
Yeah.
And then we can talk about whatever else, I think.
Yeah.
Might be. Okay.
Whenever you are comfortable.
I think just after this. Let's just go with
cool.
that.
All right, like right after it?
Well, not in the room. I think
When I wanted to make sure I understand when you're comfortable.
let's just go.
Okay. Sorry.
You open a portal, look in, and laying on a bed with straps and both his hands in hard leather or lead gloves is your headmaster. He's bedraggled. He's strapped down. Has 2 sets of IVs in him. No other guards are in the room at all in the room with him, but there are 4 just on the other side of the wall. You can see through the window.
Are there any cameras in the room?
Not that you can see. No. They're probably using the IVs to track his to monitor his pulse and his other vitals. And if something went wrong, then someone would go in. But you poke through the portal, and as soon as you do, you're not quite like his head here, your head here. You're a little off. But as you poke your head through the portal, his eyes blink open a little, and he looks at you. Hello, Miss Smith.
Hello. I have Quantum here with me.
Hey.
I have a small gift for you, Quantum. Something you gifted me many months ago. I do believe it is yours anyway. Please, come in.
It's just,
I don't know what he's talking about.
let's just get this.
Okay, We both come in. I assume.
Thank you both for saving my life, first and foremost. And again, I can't mimic the voice that I want, but it is essentially a voice that has a deep baritone of constantly rolling thunder as an undertone when he speaks. It's a gravel that is like rolling thunder every time he speaks.
It's Raymond Holt.
Raymond Holt.
Yeah, there you go. Raymond Holt. I like that. I'm good with that.
Raymond Holt. Oh.
Yeah, I know, right?
Jeez.
We're glad that you're alive still. Did you need help out of these?
Did you want to fly the Hooskow, sir?
No, my injuries were extensive. It's probably best that I stay and heal.
Okay.
But he nods at his belongings at a side table, at the end of his bed, like the small velvet bag there, Quantum.
I open it cautiously.
Inside, you see hundreds of tiny little fractaline diamonds, a whole pile of them.
Sir, I was told this was a bad idea.
No. I don't know what you're talking about. No. Do you remember our conversation about...
Yeah. Oh, yes, sir.
Yes. We're all a product of what they made us into. I thought a great deal about that conversation. And, those, I think, belong to you now. They've served their purpose of reminding me that I wasn't always this way. And that pressures change us from what we were into what we are, whether we wish it to be or not.
Sir, there's something I kind of remember.
Yes.
From my youth.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I am young, but there was this tree in the neighborhood I grew up in. The neighborhood had a lot of garbage and like a barbed wire fence, right? And the tree kept growing through this barbed wire fence. It was neat. I remember looking at it because it just kind of grew around the barbed wire. But that didn't change it from being a tree, sir. We also need your username and password for your computer, sir.
Pardon?
Oh my god, that's so funny.
We think that the what was it?
The madam.
The madam is trying to hack your computer. Or trying to hide something that you were.
And you see a little spark of electricity out of either end of his eyes.
Sir, we can let you free if you wish to take a direct hand in this.
I can't fight her in this state. Be difficult for me to fight her in my best state. No,
Does she
I
have
see.
power, sir?
I'm not sure if I'm the right person to be telling you exactly what's going on here, but yes, I will give you my username and password so you can find out for yourself. I imagine I actually don't know her name. Miss Gear is on my computer at the moment.
I like how he can sense it. He knows that I'm a rat bastard.
Hopefully everything worked out. I think.
Yeah.
Okay. And he says it, and he says it. That tree. There's a good soil where you live.
Oh, it's
good
terrible,
land.
sir. Terrible.
Really?
Yeah. Tree still grew. Literally was like a 1-inch Not well. It was like this big area of dirt, in the middle of the project, sir.
You can see he's thinking back over a lifetime lived. That's good to hear.
Terrible soil, sir.
Terrible soil.
Good tree.
And he gives you the password.
Also, do you know what her powers are?
I don't know the full extent of them. It depends on what her current experimentations are.
What?
She...
Call into Lori and just put down coolest teacher.
Elite.
He says it entirely depends on where she is in her experimentation. You could have a variety of different ones.
Okay. That kind of sucks, but we'll make it work, sir.
It is. How are things out there?
Oh, rough. You'd be upset. And
It's a police state at school.
yeah.
I never entirely agreed with what we needed to do to keep you safe, to try and... I should have made different choices.
Are you still alive, sir?
Yes.
Then make those choices.
Thank you, Quantum.
Sir?
So you get back at the... Yeah. Actually, before we cut back, you hear on the other side of the wall, radio signals are coming into the guards, and the headmaster's turning. And you hear orders are being told. They're calling out, we need to an evacuation order is being called. There's guards. Guards need to be set up. Keep the headmaster safe. A variety of orders and radio communications are all going on. And he looks at it and he looks outside. I was afraid that it would get out of control like this. And cutting back to the school. As you're typing, you get in. You get it as it. You enter in. You enter in, and the problem is right now they're still connected. The other computers are still connected to the headmaster's computer. So you're going to have to pull them out or remove them.
Can I roll to pull them out? And if not, can I literally just ask someone with a gun to destroy them?
That would probably there's
not
the
that you would
rules
shoot them. Not that you would shoot them. That you would
break them.
Bam. Yeah. I feel like if we physically shot a gun in this room, everything we've been working for would go out the window.
Here's a zany idea. Why don't you just pour water on the computers?
Because it might affect the other computer that is still connected to.
Yeah. You don't want to short circuit the stuff we actually care about.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Mimic just kind of quietly walks over and points to the little the power cable that connects to
Have you tried
the power source
and plugging it back in?
Or there's the little switch on the back, the on-off switch on the back that's for the actual power source. It points to that and looks at Gigi and is like, yes, no, maybe, I don't know.
I would like to unplug the additional
Okay. Yep.
Wait. I want to leave with this computer. I want to physically steal the computer.
Okay.
And I don't know how doable that is, but that does give me more time to sift through files.
I would say that is very doable, says Wendell, opening up the vent.
Why don't you just steal the hard drive?
How are we gonna sneak this out of here? And you're like, well.
Ladies.
Okay.
You're
Make a So I want a technology roll to decouple the various computers from the headmaster's primary computer while you're before you log in, and then Wendell, I need a stealth roll maybe to destroy them without making that much of a noise for the people outside.
Okay.
35.
35. Okay.
D20 plus 15. 35.
Oh my god.
Roll 20 on the die.
We high five. We're so in sync.
So you carefully decouple the computer so that there's no data transfer that's happening before you log in. No. And Wendell grabbing a piece of fabric from elsewhere in the room to wrap the hard drives in before you rifle butt the different computers to start shattering them. At around this time, Greasy Gear, you start logging in, and Mimic, you hear that again. Similar orders. There's orders being here over the radio because you don't have a radio, but you're hearing the guards on the other side talking. And like, yes, received. Go on. How many? All right. Okay. We'll talk to send orders to the sentry turrets. We'll have them dealt with. All right. Yep. Lockdown in 5. Received. And just. That you heard from the other side of the door, and a knock on the door as you're logging in. It's like knock knock knock, from the other side of the door. Hey, we've got we've got incoming. Sounds like somewhere between 6 to 8 paragons coming to flying through the skies, entering German airspace. Like they might be coming for the school, they might not. We're not sure. Okay. But they're coming from different directions.
Do you want us to head back to our dorms?
Like, no. You'll be safe here. But okay. Yeah, let's get them back to the dorms. Shortly. We'll let the madam know whenever she returns. You can deal with them then. So you log in and you have a brief moment to start searching for keywords through the files before you have to take the computer and go. What are you looking for? What information are you trying to find?
I get there and I look at the two of you and I'm like, what should we... My brain is like racking every possibility that I could look for, so I'm just gonna look at my compadres and be like, what do you think we should look for? Because there's a lot. Who do we want to know more about first?
Look for a secret folder that is named something that is probably completely different and hope it's not porn.
Okay, not porn. Not porn. Got it.
Yeah.
I guess, the first thing we're going to try and do, because I know on Windows you can create just like hidden folders just as like a very bare minimum simple thing. The first I'm going to try to do is probably just see if I can find any sort of hidden folder.
You do.
See anything that would be invisible. Oh, I bet I do.
Yeah,
and what do I find
you find there's a folder about communications, transactions, and then you find 4 folders labeled the same 4 classifications that you found in the black box. The alpha, beta, delta, omega, and then transactions, and then security policies, procedures, like headmaster documentation.
Yeah. Anyway, so I click alpha.
Alpha?
I'm like, whatever.
So you go into alpha and you start seeing data files on every single alpha student, and there are ties between not only each of the alpha students, but the mixtures. They're calling them combinations. They're calling them lineage combinations, and different individuals who these combinations are attached to, what their powers are, and a piece of information that you didn't get the last time you found transactional data is essentially the countries that they are going to, what they're being bought and sold for, and what academies they're being trained in across the world. So you find these individuals and who they're being sold to, and why.
Okay, sick. I don't like that we buy and sell people. Because we are all people. How much time do you think that takes me? Or can I go through like the one of the Omega ones?
No, there is, interestingly enough, there are some of these alpha files that go back to before Deadlax was founded.
And I like look at my
And you do it, and
compadres,
if you
I'm
do a
like,
boolean,
"This is
and
a
if you do a boolean search, each of the 4 files do have alpha, beta, and omegas that go back to before Deadlax was founded, and it's all tied to, in some way, to the headmaster documentation.
Wow, we are getting entirely into conspiracy territory here.
This is above our pay grade.
Well, maybe above yours. But we can figure this out together. It's above my pay grade, at least. I will look around here and I rolled a 2, so... Okay,
Alright,
so I have that.
we
That's
gotta-
great. As I'm reading things and as I'm kind of coming to understand them, I'm just like talking about them out loud. Please, someone send it in a group chat.
Okay. We'll cut back to the hotel. We'll cut back to the hospital.
Yeah.
Headmaster. Headmaster. So we'll go back to the last line that he said. I was worried that it would get to this. The 2 of you should go. And a knock comes to the door. He's like, sir? And one of the guards starts to step inside. We have an evacuation order for you. And he steps inside and sees the 2 of you. Intruders! And he pulls his gun and is holding, like, hold where you are! Stand down!
Portal.
Portal, yep. You pull up a portal. And then
I love this world where we have superpowers and they still try to pull a gun on us.
Yep.
Why do you bring
Paragons, get
in?
in! Paragons, get in here! And they start as you open the portal for the 2 of you to jump into. The guards that step inside start firing off the first few shots, and Quantum Shortcut is in front of you as she's opening the portal. Do you do anything as the gunshots are beginning to fire off as she opens the portal?
I mean, I turn intangible so they don't hit me.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
And kind
Hit
of step
you?
away from her so they don't.
Okay, I'm in front of you. That's what he's saying. Is there anything you're doing?
Yeah, stepping in front of you.
Oh, I see.
I love this idea that you're behind Shortcut and you're like,
Interchangeable.
and Shortcut has like holes.
Yes, you turn in substantial and step in front of her between her and the portal.
Oh, I've got an idea. I rip
Oh,
up
okay.
the damn floor in front of her and just make a wall. Because every floor is a wall if you're strong enough.
It's all drywall.
So you rip up a section of the concrete, the headmaster's bed.
No, because it's like, I'm assuming it's bed, Shortcut, me. I just move past the bed, dig my hands into the floor and go, all right, enough of that, and start just gently patting it up as they're like, like how you deal with children on a mattress. And you just shut them down into the.
So you're shoving the concrete in like a mattress in front of them to start to catch the bullets. Sprays of concrete out the opposite side are coming through as the bullets are embedded into the concrete.
Like I'm prying up the whole floor and just kind of shaking, like, all right, knock it off, stop it.
And the 2 of you jump into the portal.
I just grab him and go. Ah!
Come on.
Yeah.
Okay. Where do you bring the portal to?
Back to my room.
Back to your room. Okay.
That was my instinct.
Instinct, yeah. So you pull him back into your room, and there's a single bullet that passes into the portal and goes into the wall behind you. Like passes maybe a few inches to the left of your head as it embeds into the wall.
Are you okay?
You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Okay.
Portal closes.
Is this the good time to ask you the thing?
I have no idea. We just got shot.
Group chat is lighting up with information we are learning. Hey, if any of you can open us a portal, I would love to bring a whole computer with me.
Hey, how will we deal with this?
Okay, but I feel like if I don't ask you the thing, we'll never get to it, and I'm really worried that I'm not gonna get to it.
Okay.
Do you want to go out sometime? You don't have to give me an answer right now.
Look. Hey, hold on. There's so much information right now.
Sorry, was it really mean of me to do that?
No.
Portal, please.
Hang on. Hold on. I'm right. Hold on. Portal. I got portal.
Just jump in.
As you start to step through the portal, a small alarm is moving through Dedalax Academy. All students return to your dorm rooms for lockdown. All students return to the dorms for lockdown. The security guards man your outer posts, man the sentry walls for incoming. Boom, 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 boom.
I come into your room, I start plugging things in, and I'm gonna get real serious as I'm doing this. And I go, before you guys tell me anything that's happened while you guys were at the headmasters, and I look at the other two I was with, we did nothing to cover our tracks. So, I need all of us.
I walk in and I'm still a guard.
You do.
I think you're just, oh dude. Yeah, they're gonna be like, where did you find this guard? And I'm gonna be like, that's so funny you say that.
Mimic changes
whatever happens now, we are in neck deep, and I plan to go all in. And you guys, we're all in, right? Like, we're all in?
Yeah, I guess so.
All of you?
Yeah, yeah.
So, slaps Quantum. Yes, go out yet?
As I'm like getting everything set up, booted up.
I don't think that's important right now. And if I had asked her out, which I didn't, she would have every right to take whatever time she needed.
Fair.
She just realized that like there's so many things are going on right now. She's just like, all my friends are here. Quantum just asked me out. What's going on with the alarms?
Let's barricade the door.
Wendell goes to barricade the door.
All security guards. Omega level threat incoming. 8 sources. All guards to outposts. Vroom, vroom, vroom.
We should go out there, shouldn't we?
Well, hold on. First things first, I'm gonna call my sister real quick just to let her know what's going on. You guys talk for a second.
Okay.
What do I find in the Omega file?
You find 16 files.
Okay.
All sourced from different areas of the world. 5 of which you're familiar with. They all are tied to different names and different strains. You find the 5 that you find Axis, Mentality Strain, your ancestor Orin, Constructivist Strain, Aurelius, Paracausal Strain, which you remember that's tied to Sidestep and Shortcut, Acceleratory, Augmentatory, and then others, Energy Control Strain, Precognition Strain. There's 16 of them. As you're moving quickly through the files, you see 7 of the 16 are marked as deceased and unable to recover samples.
Okay.
And then one thing that flashes.
Yeah.
Unable to recover samples, flagged, needs to be rebuilt.
Oh. Okay. So, would it be correct to say that I could assume that they are purposefully attempting to create like super children of direct like purposes and then training them? Yeah, okay, great.
Yeah. And you see that each of these Omega level threats, outside of one of the 16, which is flagged as unknown, which is Quantum.
Yeah.
There is no tie to where he came from or what he was. But the other 15 all had different starting dates from over a century ago.
So I kind of look at Quantum while you guys are getting ready, I guess, to go outside. Hey, Quantum?
Yeah?
Wait, John?
Yeah?
Where'd you come from?
My parents, and then before that, my grandmother.
Yeah, but where's do your parents have like powers equal to yours?
I mean, I don't know. They died when I was like 8.
Oh. What about your grandparents?
Oh, I mean, I never met my grandfather. I grew up with my grandma.
So you don't actually know that you came from your parents?
I'm pretty sure I did.
Okay.
I was in the car the night they died.
Now, I don't want to ask you to relive a traumatic experience while everything else is going on, but would you mind elaborating just a little bit? Like, what happened?
I was 8.
Yes.
was a rainy night, and we were driving home, and we got into a car crash, and I used my powers for the first time then.
And what happened?
I phased out of the car.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. Interesting.
There's some other stuff, but it's not really important to this.
You just see a little note tagged to Quantum's folder is unknown interdimensional lineage. That's just how he's been categorized.
Okay. Thank you. Proceed. And I'm back on the.
And he, unlike any other strain, you see that each of the Omegas is attached through keyword search to at least one other Delta, Beta, or Alpha file.
Yeah. 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 You have some weird things going on with you, my guy, besides your whole, like, sort of relationship business, but, I think you're gonna be our wild card, which I'm very excited about.
I mean, I don't like using my powers that strongly. I mean,
You should.
I really shouldn't.
There is a point.
All
where
of you
you're
hear a moment of silence, and then of 3 sound barriers cracking and breaking. And soon after, there is the sound of ballistic fire. You had no idea that the school had ballistic guns in any way, shape, or form, but you now hear multiple sources of as clearly something has entered the area of the school in the sky. And explosions are happening outside the school as the alarm continues to go on.
It's on the phone with my sister. Maybe don't come. There's lots of explosions.
I'm like,
Maybe
what's
don't show
happening?
up.
You see, and you see a portal open in front of you, and like, are you safe? Just her, she's half out of one of the portals. Like, are you safe? Actually, she doesn't even use portals. It's just her.
Yeah, she's
thing. She's
technically a speedster, but
yeah.
to be fair, it's close enough.
Close enough. Yeah. So she appears because the way her level of speed is from in and out of reality. Just like, are you okay?
Yeah.
What's going on?
So the school's under lockdown. Axis's friends are probably out there destroying everything. We just found out that there's a lot of shit going on in the school that the headmaster was hiding. He didn't agree with the rest of what the government was doing, and I'm dealing with an existential crisis right now, not because of the fact that there's anything wrong with it. It's just the fact that they just happened at a very inopportune time. That's all.
Okay. All right. Yeah. The school said to what is that? And he's pointing to like that computer. That's the headmaster's computer. That's probably what they're looking for, right?
Probably.
I'm like hugging it. I'm like, no.
I shall never.
This is mine now.
Okay.
They will have to fight me for it. Shortcut. Can you open a portal to my room? I want to get my back out. I think we should go outside. It's dangerous, but we're superheroes, and going into danger is what we're supposed to do. So, I think that is the morally correct thing.
Okay, so you now know you have the data that Axis told you was what his friends were looking for potentially, and Axis and some other supers or some other paragons are outside potentially fighting the school or each other or both. How do each of you want to handle the situation, or how as a group do you want to handle the situation? Are you going inside, outside? How are you dealing with the data? What do you want to do?
Well, it seems to me like we have 2 problems. One is the madam, and someone's going to have to fight the madam.
Mm-hmm.
The other is who's going to talk down Axis's friends outside the school. So it's a question of who wants to allocate their skills to what.
You're suggesting we split the party.
Well,
I guess.
it is 5 minutes to 5.
True.
And we only have 30 more minutes to solve the problem. So it's a question of who wants to take on what thing.
I think you would be best to talk to Axis because you have the most rapport with him.
Well, it's his friends, it's not him.
Oh, is he not there?
No, he's not there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you still have the best rapport with him. Like, if Axis trusts you, then maybe his friends will too.
Yes, good point. That's a decent point. Yeah.
All right. I can go. Can you guys take down the madam?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That
All
old
right.
hag,
Yeah,
I
do
got her.
Okay, but she's got like multiple powers and those things swap in and out, so I think she's...
That's fine. There's multiple of us, and one of us just has a gun, so
Yeah.
like,
Sure
I
does.
think we're on the winning side.
Okay.
I can maybe copy some of the stuff that she does too. So
Yeah.
if you want to click that.
I have the greatest superpower. Use gun on man.
Use gun on human flesh.
I'm gonna play Call of Duty Shoot 'em Man.
I was definitely making fun of the fact earlier that we are superheroes. People are pulling guns on. But I think your long-range sniper is going to be a much higher caliber than their little fucking
Long
and
range
baton.
sniper and insane reality warping luck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
Okay, so can I'm gonna go to the ground floor. Can I get a shortcut into my dorm room so I can put on my suit, and I will just jump out the window from there. This whole place is
You
gonna
do that.
get destroyed. Honestly, it doesn't matter.
I'm gonna
Do you
go
have a
get my
backup of the
costume.
data? Just in case the computer gets explode?
How do you want to deal with the data?
Oh.
Do you want to back
yeah,
it up?
You're right.
Do you want to store it? Do you want to release it? What are you doing with it?
Release
Because
it
you
on
haven't
GitHub.
reviewed all of it.
No.
Take out the hard drive and just.
I'm gonna leak it on Minecraft. No, War Thunder.
Yeah, the war
I'm gonna leak all these government documents on
on
War
War
Thunder.
Thunder.
On
Incredible.
War Thunder, yeah. I'll prove how smart and cool I am. Leaking a bunch of government documents on War Thunder.
Watching the mods go, please stop.
Please stop, please stop. No, for the computer, I will absolutely back up the hard drive onto, could I just back it up into my suit? Like,
Yes.
would my suit be able to store software? Yeah, I'll
Absolutely.
just back it up into my suit.
Okay.
Amazing.
And then, like, we have the original still, and then when we are done with this little fight, if I want to upload it, I will upload it to War Thunder.
War Thunder. Amazing. All right, so we'll do quantum. But before we do that, anything else anyone wants to do right now before things happen? I'm looking at shortcut. I'm looking at quantum. I'm looking at Wendell.
I go
Yeah.
get my costume and put it on.
Hold on, before
Yeah.
that. Like, basically, like, Shortcut's just like, okay, hang on, I'm gonna get everybody else to go to their rooms and everything. And she's just like, she puts...
Everyone leaves to go get their
Yeah.
things on.
She just, like, pushes her sister out of the room. She's like, just wait 1 second. Right?
Okay, fine.
Just wait 1 second. She just looks over at Quantum. Yes? and just in case anything else goes bad, she just kisses him.
I think you could just kiss me, you know that,
I
right?
could, yeah. Hey.
You're in the same room. Oh.
Okay. Yeah?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah?
Yeah, sorry. I didn't want to answer in front of everybody else.
Okay, no, that's fair. That's fair. Okay.
We'll get details later.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished.
We got him.
We got him.
Would you be really upset if I was a lot stronger than I pretended I was? Like a lot stronger?
Okay.
You sure? Okay. I'm gonna go.
Glass shatters. I have leapt from my balcony.
What?
She jumps out of her window.
I'm jumping out of my window in my mech suit.
Okay, she's
As the two of you finish that conversation, your door caves in as your sister has like kicked one of the security guards and Ruben tackled him onto the ground. Like, you two done?
Yeah, sorry.
Just a few times.
All right.
All right, come on.
Let's go.
So we got Quantum going to try and confront the other progenitors, or at least going outside. What are the rest of you doing, just so I can set up scenes properly? And yeah, we only got a half hour, but it'll be fun. It'll be tense, quick.
Very quick.
I am going in saws ablazing at
Okay.
whoever the first paragon that tries to fight me is.
Okay, all right. Roll me a d8.
Me right now?
Yep.
Okay. Do I have any modifiers, or is it just 1d8?
Just to pick
Oh,
someone.
hell yeah. 8.
8. Cool.
I
All right.
critted.
Yep, switching to battle music. We'll stick with Quantum since we haven't done him yet, so we'll switch to Quantum. So you, Quantum, phase outside the walls, and you can see in your costume. After you get your costume, you phase out of the walls, and there is just a cacophony of chaos between the guns going off against these 8 different targets, and there's 4 of them fighting the other 4 while also fighting the security guards. Each of the 8, like all 8 of them, are fighting the Dedalac security force while also fighting each other, and unfortunately, the school is becoming a sort of battle zone rather than for any particular thing. You do recognize 4 of them though, and you do not see Axis. You were right, because he didn't want to. Like you mentioned, he didn't agree with this. He wasn't able to control them.
Quantum did leave out a detail when Greasy Gear asked him how he got his powers. He did phase out. He just kept phasing out and phasing out and phasing out until he phased out of reality. And he touched something. He has no idea what he came in contact with, but he drank deep and descended when he did it. So he's going to start reaching into that power source right now. And longtime fans will know exactly what that is. But he brings both his hands wide and claps the air so hard he creates a pressure difference.
Okay.
Oh.
Which should throw everyone off kilter for about half a second.
Mm-hmm. Which it does. So that wave throws many of the progenitors apart. There's one who's has immense wings, 4 of them, 2 out of his shoulders and 2 out of his lower back. That sent him spiraling through the air as he was fighting what appears to be a speedster, who is jumping into the air and swinging at each other. The 2 of them get blasted apart, and the speedster grinds to a halt on the ground, and the flyer spirals backwards in the air. And everyone else stops and looks at you being the source of that pressure change and wave.
It's just me.
Flying's here, baby! Let's go!
I'm going to ask everyone to stop.
The guns unfortunately have turned on the different paragons, and they're looking at the guns, and the soldiers are just a little nervous about this standoff.
Sorry, the first thing that came to my mind was, I need everyone to stop. It's a school night.
I know. This is me role-playing as Quantum. I'm trying not to steal too much time and trying to say this really quickly.
No, it's fine.
I want everyone else to have their scenes too. I know what we're all doing. We're all doing what we think is the right thing. Whether you're a soldier or a metahuman or all of it, and I understand that. And I understand that because we are all hurt. And we are all afraid. But we don't have to be. I think what happened to a lot of us is that we got built up into a kind of way of doing things over and over again, like sand on a beach. And we don't have to do it that way. If we start here, people are going to get hurt. And I have seen enough to know that when people hurt each other, it takes something out of you. The only reason we do this thing is because we view the people on the other side of it as monsters and not as people. And that's easy to do when someone has a gun or someone has powers. But just for right now, for right this moment, can we look at each other like people? We could be angry at each other. We could be so very justifiably angry at each other for all of the things we've done. but we can't keep doing it this way because at the core of it, none of us want to kill each other to stop it. That's the only way that it ends. When you have someone you're against and you don't agree with them, you either have to learn to live with them or you kill them, and that the other way is insane. So I'm asking all of us to stop. Please. Because if you don't, I won't stop until I stop everybody.
There is a silence, and a young woman who's on the ground at the moment. You look down at her, and she looks incredibly familiar. Ancestrally familiar. Long blonde hair. Pale blue eyes. Looks very much like one of your classmates. But a great, great grandmother of one of your classmates. Well said. And you're right. But look at them. And she indicates the other paragons that are all, one of them flying midair, and others in different areas of the school. One of them has hands dripping with venom and ichor, dripping from their fingertips. Another one who seems to have multiple copies of themselves phasing in and out of reality. Look at their uniforms. They've been twisted, they're still as bad as they once were.
So when do we start? No, when do we start? When do we start changing that direction if it's not right now? I don't care who they are. I don't care who you are. When do we start? When does that start? When do we stop this? If it's not right now. You tell me, I'm the kid. Tell me when it starts.
It starts when they stand down.
Okay, start standing down. Everybody. Everybody. I don't care anymore.
And the madam steps out across the yard.
Oh, please don't.
I rev a saw blade. I'm like, don't take another step, girly. I don't want to hurt you.
I got my sniper already out. Just don't.
When the four of them stand down, just like they had that choice all those years ago.
It's
like,
not...
What choice? Says one of them. And like, you made us this way. Your greed, your desire made them, pointing at the others. And then you made us to stop them because you realized you made a mistake. We weren't born this way. You made us this way.
Can I say that all of this is happening and Mimic is getting a recording of this on her phone?
Ooh, you're going live.
Hey everyone on the internet. Welcome to the Academy where the end of the world is happening.
You built
Remember to smash that like button.
Smash that like button.
Hit subscribe.
And to say
because,
that
hey, the end of the world
continues to talk to the madam. You built villains so that you could sell heroes. That was you. You and your company and every other government that was out there. You built villains and then you made heroes and none of us had a damn choice in it.
You have one now. You have one right now. It's not good enough if we don't save everybody.
The rest of them all look around. And they look to each other, to you. And the madam is in front of you. I need you to make a reflex. I need you to make a reflex save,
Oh,
or
Lord,
a.
I'm not your strongest soldier on that one.
Yeah, I need you to. Well, you can do a parry or a dodge. Actually, let's make a dodge roll.
Oh, we could make it a parry roll though.
Parry would also work.
A normal success has been for the players has been redeemed.
Okay. All right.
There you go.
So you
Can I have a normal success then?
You can have a normal success. Yes. All right. So I won't roll to hit then, since you got the normal success. She moves in front of. She teleports in front of you, similar to sidestep, phasing in, phasing out, phasing in, and takes a swing at you, which you just see coming enough to catch. And she whispers to you, "You will not stop me."
Fuck it.
Get it done. And the other 4 progenitors, as if they have no choice in the matter, because they were built to obey her orders, attack that Axis's friends. And let's just do, instead of rolling initiative, we're gonna start the fight, and I'm gonna pick. Then we can see what you want to do. So the battle starts once again. And she grabs you, Quantum, and throws you into a wall, which won't hurt you, but dramatically, she has enough strength to throw you into the wall, and it smashes you through the wall. And she lands next to you, or floats next to you, as you stand back up. Like, who the hell do you think you are? You're not even part of this world. You were never part of this world. We don't even know where you came from. And you think you can stop this? You think you can stop all of this? Greasy Gear, you land, and one of the progenitors with the venom starts spitting acid in your direction as it leaps to try and attack you. I need you to make a dodge roll, please, or a parry roll, whichever you prefer.
Okay, sounds like a plan. I'll get that
Yeah.
done in a sec. Probably dodge.
Okay. Oh, I got a low roll, 20. Make a dodge roll.
Yep. 15.
Okay. So you take a stun. Based on the difference, you take a stun.
Okay.
Okay. So you can only take a move action or a standard action next round on your round one when we go to you.
Okay.
Okay. Cutting back to Quantum, and then we'll go to Wendell afterwards. So cutting back to Quantum as she's sort of stalking towards you as you bash through the wall.
I get up and I walk up to her. Can I grab her by the shirt?
You can, yeah.
Cool. I grab her by the shirt and I say, "Okay," and I phase us out of existence.
The two of them. All right. Make a. So you are doing a forcible teleport. Let's do. What's your power level for your phase? So I think if we do a contested roll of 1d20 plus the power level of your insubstantial.
It's 4.
It's 4? Okay. Go ahead. And she's going to make a will save, similar to how there's a will resistance when Shortcut tries to teleport people away forcefully.
Faceplate Jan has tipped $20. Please buy Devin a drink of his choice for creating this great thing for us.
Thank you.
Very fine.
Thank you so much. Since this is the first time you've encountered her, I think it's reasonable that you fail this roll. So you try to phase, and she catches you and pushes you away. So you think you're the first of your kind that we've actually the first of your strain that I have dealt with.
Yeah,
and she pushes you away. Like, you are nothing. None of you. All of you are tools that I built. I started all of this. And you will stand down. None of this is because of you. It's all because of me. And you will not stop me. Going to Wendell. Wendell, there are the 3 progenitors, or the 4 progenitors that were Axis's friends, and it looks like they're not trying to attack the students. They're attacking students that get in their way, and they're attacking the soldiers and the other progenitors, but there are 4 other high-end supers that are wearing Rostec uniforms that she's giving orders to, and they seem to be following her orders when she gives them.
Okay.
What do you try to do, and who do you try to deal with?
Well, originally I had a plan of doing a thing on the madam, but she's gone now, so that's off the table.
Sorry, Art.
She's
still here.
Okay.
She's still here.
She's still there. You can go after the 2 of them.
Off.
Absolutely.
It didn't work.
Oh, it
Like
didn't go off?
she resisted the phasing.
Oh, cool. I missed
Yeah.
that bit. I'd like to jinx the madam.
Oh, okay. All right. Excellent. Yep. So she's gonna get a negative reroll on her next roll. Yep.
Yes.
You can use your luck, your jinx as a move action, so you still have a standard action that you can do.
Okay. The guy that ended up stunning Gigi, is he within range of my blaster?
He is. Yeah. Yeah, he's
Okay,
across the
great.
courtyard, but he's there.
Thank you, Tip, for donating 1,000 bits.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so
And then it'll be Mimic after this.
Yeah, the blaster rifle is plus 18, so would it be D20 plus 18?
D20 plus 18. Yep. And it's versus my he can't parry because it's a range shot, but it's gonna be his dodge.
Imagine parrying a bullet.
I know. It's like that's not gonna
I'd be
work.
like, hey man, can we study you? I can make you some stuff to make that easier.
It's like
We
that
don't
doesn't
gotta
seem
fight.
right.
Do I also wait? Okay, so I don't know how action economy works in this system. If I still have a reaction, can I force him to have bad luck for this roll?
Does your sheet say whether to what type? Does it say free action, standard action, move action for the ability that you're trying to use?
It is luck control, reaction, perception, instant.
Reaction perception. So so you get one reaction per initiative roll.
Okay.
So no, you've already used your luck on the madam, so you can't use it on him.
Got it. Done. Okay.
No. You would have been able to use it like you shoot at him, and then you use the reaction to affect his roll.
Okay. Yeah.
As a reaction. 28. You still hit him by 4. So you do hit. So he gets a stun based on the differences in the rolls. So we're both. So he spits at Greasy Gear, hurts it. It managed to the acid fold its way into the various intersections between your battlesuit's plate. But as he's about to attack again, Wendell's shot hits him solidly in the shoulder, and he's thrown off balance for his attack. So he can't. Since he's done his move already, he won't be able to do a follow-up attack.
That's OP.
Yeah. Cassie, what would you like to do?
Where would you say the Mimic is in position compared to like where Quantum and the Madam are?
Quantum and Madam are across the yard. So we'll say since you exited the dorms, you're in the main field, but across the field around the perimeter wall is where Quantum is. So he's about, I'd say, 200 meters away from you, across the field.
Okay. I want to run in their direction.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
How long do you say that would can I do that in one round?
Not on your own. Someone can help you because you just have foot speed, unless you actually use your mimic ability to mimic shortcut. Because you've been around shortcut
enough
enough
in the
to.
same turn. I can do
Yep.
that.
You can.
Okay.
Yep. Because it's a free action to use your mimicry, and then you have your move and your standard actions.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, sure. I'm going to make a shortcut portal
Okay.
over to Quantum and the Madam.
Okay, so you use your free action. You pull from your eidetic memory how you've seen Shortcut do her portals. Use your move action, create the portal, and step through. And you're now next to. You draw the other portal, and you're now. How do you place yourself? Are you next to them, or behind her, behind Quantum? What are you doing in that regard?
If it's like Quantum and the Madam are standing like face to face right in front of each other, Mimic is just like appears like boop right there. It's like right to like they're basically creating like a triangle, looking at both of them like, hey, what's up?
So you Madam, Quantum, and yourself. So you step out of the portal. Quantum, you think it's Shortcut, but it's actually Mimic stepping through the portal. And you still have a standard action. What do you do?
Can I, in the same turn, perfected paragonal metamorphosis into the Madam to try and throw her off?
Stepping
just for a moment.
Just you can make a what kind of skill do you want to use to try and because that would be like almost like another D&D, an intimidation or a deception to try and throw them off it's like a feint. Another D&D. Okay.
I'm trying to be a distraction.
Okay. Yep. All right. Cool. Can you make a deception roll and she'll roll her will?
Wow. Still not a great roll,
She
but
gets a 40.
43.
God damn it. Alright, so she gets So she gets so she's fainted, so she'll be flat-footed for the next round. Go to shortcut, and then greasy gear, and then back to quantum.
Yeah. So, just for flavor, Mimic is like, "Ooh, I'm the madam. I'm a pompous lady. I'm not very nice." Ooh.
Well, you're like turning the camera. You're like,
Yeah, I'm
you
still
the phone
recording.
up. Yeah, live streaming. You're showing this live.
Nice.
Well, I have to get over there first, because I think at this point the madam is the priority.
Yeah.
Like, unless you think, like, everybody, like, trying to ground, like, to crowd control the rest of everybody else.
That would also be good.
Okay, I'll try and, okay, hold on. Do you think I should crowd control, or do you think I should help you?
I don't know if I need help. I definitely know we should try and stop people from killing each
Alright, crowd control it is. Basically what I'm gonna do, because now I can forcefully bamf people.
Yes, you can.
I'm just gonna forcefully bamf people into different rooms in the school.
Somebody play Yakety Sack.
So since you can substitute your move in standard action, so you can do up to 3 people. They'll be making resistances, but you can go. So who are you picking among the other paragons to be like, you're over here now, you're over here now, and you're over here now?
Who do I think are the most dangerous people?
The interesting thing that you see is you see the one who was talking to Quantum reminds you very strongly of Jenna.
Right.
But a great-great-grandmother of Jenna. And she is simply standing there, moving her hands pointing to various other of her Paragon allies. And you see a golden aura around them as she is pointing to them. You don't know whether it's a protective aura, you don't know whether it's some form of enhancing aura, but she's clearly making the other progenitors stronger on her side. That seems fairly dangerous. One on the opposite side of Rostek, there is one of the one that looks most dangerous on there is an individual who has the multiple copies, because they seem to know where the blows from one of the other progenitors that they're fighting are going. So it's a form of precognition.
Right. Okay. Well, I'll get him, because he seems dangerous.
Okay. All right. Yep. So those are the 2 that are the most dangerous, and then you can pick any. There's a shapeshifter, a flyer, a precognition, and then the one who's fighting Greasy Gear, the poison venom user. And then the 4 other paracolses that you know, like Greasy Gear's ancestor, the one who I described that kind of looks like Jenna, that sort of thing. So.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get the one guy from Rostek, and then I'll pick 2 other random people, and you can just choose with those people.
Okay. Right. And what is your so a basic will resistance DC is going to be 10 plus your power level for portals.
Okay.
So your base teleport level. So whatever your rank in teleport is, plus 10. That's going to be the basic DC to resist.
Okay. So hang on. So what am I rolling then? I'm rolling my portal.
If they're doing a resistance, you're just doing it.
Oh,
you don't have to roll anything. You're just saying teleport, and then I make will DC.
All right.
Saves. Okay. So what is that total?
Hang on. So hold up. So I do have a DC specific to portal throw, but this isn't throw.
Not a portal throw.
Okay.
Portal throw is an attack. This is you're taking them into existence and moving them elsewhere.
Okay. So my Banff teleport is 6.
Yep.
The teleport enemy specifically is 4.
Mm-hmm. So that'll be 20 then.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Sounds good. One of them, 12 fails.
I say it's the first guy that I said.
Yeah. Exactly. He whiffed completely. Got a 1. And then the other one's reaction also fails. Okay. And then. Okay, so the Rostec gets pulled out. So you've moved the precognition individual off the field. And who were the other two before we go back to Quantum?
Just random guys. I figured you would pick 2 guys at this point.
Okay, all right. Yep, that's fine. So one from each side gets teleported away. We'll go to Quantum and Greasy Gear.
Who first? Me
Greasy
or
Gear.
Quantum?
Yep, Greasy Gear.
Okay, that's fine.
Yep.
Most people have been moved. Now I have been.
You've been stunned. You've been stunned, so it
yeah.
means you can do either a move action or a standard action. And he is now partially stunned as well, so he's flat-footed.
Okay. I'm just gonna put my foot on him and use all the weight from my mecha because I don't think it's gonna crush this man. And I'm gonna politely say, "You're not gonna go anywhere for a little bit. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna be friends, okay? We're gonna stay here together."
Make a strength roll with your mech, so a 1d20 plus your mech strength roll, and then he's gonna do his resistance.
Okay. 21.
Very nice. Okay. All right. And he's got a strength of 12.
No!
So the two of you are now fighting with each other. So you're holding him down, but he's fighting against your fighting against your mech. But he can't attack you because of the stun that Wendell did.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's it for my turn, honestly.
Okay. And Quantum, back to you.
All right, I'm gonna try and grab her again. This time I'm
Okay.
just gonna grab onto her,
Okay. Yep.
and then we'll try and phase after that.
Okay. There we go. Okay.
31.
Yeah.
31.
She is also jinxed. That affects her roll.
Oh, that's true.
Flat-footed.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And she's flat-footed.
Yep.
Can I, as a move action, phase us out of existence?
I'm moving into different
The lower of the
realms.
two rolls, she gets a 17 because of the jinx. So you succeed this time. So, as all the fighting is going on, Quantum, you grab her,
Cool.
you phase out.
All right.
What happens to everyone else when that happens? Are they still like listening to what her previous orders were? Are they like, holy shit, that bitch gone?
Well, as some lovely members of the chat mentioned, now that she's gone, Mimic still looks like the Madam.
I'm glad someone said that.
Alright, we're all gonna chill.
So, Mimic, what do you do before we have Quantum do have his scene?
Yeah, I think Mimic as the Madam says, everyone halt! Stop what you're doing!
So, like a stand down?
Yeah.
And you have a high enough deception roll that we'll say that succeeds.
Yo, I take my foot off that dude then.
Yep.
He kills the fuck out.
Quantum,
Okay, sorry,
go
Matt.
ahead.
So, I pull her out of reality,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sure she's got questions as we're going.
So you phase her out of reality and into a similar space that you pulled Axis.
No, I'm pulling her straight into Planescape.
Oh damn! Okay,
Yeah, I'm
all right.
fucking straight up jacking her into
Yeah.
Planescape. I'm gonna show her.
So she comes out of it and almost retches from the experience as.
I'm not taking her out. We're
Oh,
staying.
okay.
She can ask me
Oh, all right.
questions while we're in there. And as I'm pulling her, I say, "You're not gonna want me to let go. I don't know where you'll end up. You won't be able to make it back."
What are we doing? Where are we?
This is, I think, is the hub of the multiverse. That is Sigil, the City of Doors. And as I point, there is a series of roots and vines growing around the outside of it. I can't do anything about that yet, but someone will soon.
Bring me back.
No. You think you're better than everybody? You think I'm an anomaly, and you don't think I'm from there, but I'm actually from that world. But one day I came out here, and there was a break, and I went into it. It let me come. I don't like coming here. And I start dragging her up.
And she tries to fight, but you won the
You
grapple
don't want me
roll.
to
So
let go.
yeah.
There's some bad places out there. See, if I let you go, you'll fall, and down there is the negative energy plane.
What?
Well, it's like, poles on a magnet. positive and negative. It's just every horrible thought and feeling and emotion and act that's ever done in existence eventually collects back there at the very bottom of existence. And up there is the positive energy plane. It doesn't really have morality like you know it. And it's kind of hard knowing it's there all the time when you have this connected in your head, because I know I'm never good enough. When I can see perfect virtue always above my head. Want me to show you?
She doesn't even know how to reply, trying to take in all this stimulus.
And out the window to your left, you see the Warhammer 40k universe.
Yeah, exactly.
You see underneath.
That's a really bad place. You really don't need to drop you there.
Underneath the signal
Yeah.
is a spire,
Yeah.
and on top of that is a dragon named Puff. Well, it's not his name. I actually know his real name. And on his hand are 6 stones. He's not going to have them much longer. He'll find a new way to do it. And I don't know why I know the future, but I do when I'm here. I can see a lot of things I don't know, and I shouldn't know. Like the things that made you the way you are. I can see why you made the choices you made, but I don't want to use that power because it's wrong. And it means if I believe that I have a right to use that power, it means I think I'm better than you in the choices you're allowed to make as a person. We're still flying up towards the positive energy plane. That being said, you've done some terrible things, so I'm going to show you what goodness is. And I'm going to show you why you're never going to get it if you stay this way. And in reality, you shouldn't hold someone right up against the positive energy plane, but I am, because this lady has it coming.
You're like a teenager. You whatever.
The chat's asking if Puff is waving the quantum.
Oh, Puff loves Puff. He's like, hey kid, you're growing into your powers, great.
And before you take her back, do you say anything else to the madam as her mind is both expanded with possibility and broken by the expansiveness of that?
I say to her,
there isn't anything in that plane. It's everything.
I bring her back down and I say, the good news is when you go back, your brain can't handle it all, so it'll sift out. You probably won't even be able to remember it correctly. But try to remember the thing you want to be and what the absolute of it is. And you may not want to be it because it doesn't compromise.
Humanity is flawed.
Everything's
I was
flawed.
just trying to make it better. They need examples. People needed examples to measure up to and things to fight. We needed something to achieve and something to go towards. Why are you trying to stop that? That's all I'm trying to do.
Look at me, please, look at me. Am I a good person?
I don't know. That's the problem.
Well, then you should find that out first, what a good person is. And then help the good people. That's all anyone can do. Let's go back.
But if we give them examples of good and bad, then maybe their innate natures, we can show them to be better. We can't trust people. I can't trust people.
Sure you can. Start with me. There's a lot of places I could have left you. I made that choice. I hope it was the right one.
And she stays silent until you take her back.
I take her back.
And the field is brought back. The field is calm. And Mimic, you see her return, though no one else can. So what do you do now that she's back?
How'd it go?
Rough, and I don't like doing that. I can't remember all of it anyway.
I don't know what happened, but I'm glad you're back.
I'm glad I'm back.
Does
I guess
Mimic
I
still look like the madam?
Yeah, I guess so.
You're saying all that?
I'm the madam.
I think Mimic. Yeah, no, I think
on
Mimic.
the camera.
Mimic just like looks at the madam and just like smiles at her, not knowing what the interaction was, but it was just like, you could be happy. Look at me. Like,
look at what you look like, smiling. And she's like, oh my god, I look like that? Jesus Christ.
This is your brain. This is your brain on Quantum.
Quantum would like to go one session without teleporting someone into the multiverse to show them the universe is bigger than them.
Madam, not able to remember, but still taken aback by the experience that she had and the lessons that she learned there, even though she can't remember the form of which those lessons were taken. Continues with a stand-down order. And
well, I think on that, Mimic changes back to her regular form.
And she looks across to one of the members of Axis's team, the one with the blonde hair and blue eyes. Maya, we're leaving. I won't stop the four of you as long as the four of you don't try to attack us. We've been fighting this for too long. Maya says, we were always willing to stand down if you were willing to admit to what you did. If you admit to what you did, I don't think even Axis or Orin will have a problem with standing down either. Can't guarantee the rest of your victims. But everyone gets to make their own choices. Nods her head. We're going. Come. Leave them. Leave this school to its fate. Let Tumult deal with the situation that he created for himself. And slowly, but over time, the Rostec Corporation leaves Deadlax Academy, leaving behind the facility and the students and the 4 Paragons.
So we won, right? Right?
Can I inch over to Greasy Gear? You're still leaking all that stuff you got, right?
Oh, of course. This isn't this wasn't reprimandation for anything they've done. You let her off easy. Yeah. You showed her the infinite cosmos, and she went, "I guess I'll be a good guy now." Which
I got video.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything for all this. Don't worry. When I'm on Discord later tonight, I'll get it all leaked. It's fine. Don't worry.
Thanks.
Don't worry about it.
That should really
I'm on it. There. I'm gonna read the rest of it too. It'll be a good bedtime story.
Thunder.
Maya, the blonde, walks up to you, Quantum. I don't know what you said to her, but thank you.
I did what I could. I want to get better at talking to people so I don't have to do stuff like that.
We didn't want to fight in the first place anyway.
Nobody wants to fight. It sucks. I mean, real fight. I mean, boxing's okay. You know, if everyone consents to it, or like MMA. But like real fighting, like trying to hurt someone fighting, I'm sorry.
We'll stay. She turns to the 4 of them. Orin, you want to let Axis know we're here? Tell him that we're going to be staying until the headmaster's better. And then we'll leave. And she turns to Quantum. I promise you, we'll leave. Unlike them, once he's back.
I think you'll keep that promise. If not, I'll do my best to help you keep it.
Thank you for defending these people. All of you.
Everybody's worth protecting.
And Jenna walks up to the group of you along with several of your other friends. Do I know you? Talking to the woman who you're talking to, the much older version. Like, don't know me. But I think deep down we know each other. And she nods.
From the future? Da, 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 da.
I think you'll do your ancestors proud, little one. And she nods her head, and Maya nods her head to Jenna and walks back to the rest of the group. And the progenitors stay until Headmaster Tumult comes back and reinstitutes the student council.
Yo, can I join student council now?
You can now, yeah, if you want.
Yeah.
And are there any
friends are, I'm
final
going
things
too.
as Dedalax Academy returns to the hands of the students and the headmaster that people want to do before we end our story of Paragon High?
Two things.
I got
Me,
nothing.
Yep.
and I can go last.
Okay. Anyone else? Greasy Gear?
Before I leak all these documents, as
Mhm.
as they should be, I would like to look at the last 2 files.
Okay.
Is there anything that we don't already know in them?
What was done was Rostek created, like she said to Quantum, and you have to talk to Quantum to get these bits and pieces. But Rostek had created individuals for the world to hate, essentially.
No.
The prospectus of this company is that they didn't believe that people could be innately good. So they created an evil for them to fight against, and then created other examples for people to strive for.
Yeah. Okay.
And when that went bad and they started fighting each other, it was in the aftermath of that war that they were all pulled into the different academies and they started over again, drawing blood and again making heroes from the very heroes and villains that they made, continuing the same process of fabricating goodness and fabricating evil and trying to force humanity into being something better than it is.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, that makes her real pissed off, so she leaks it. LMAO, everyone. Look at this shit.
Mimic gives you the video that I got from the encounter as well.
Yeah.
To post.
I definitely upload that. I don't know what repercussions come of that one. But if she goes rogue, she goes rogue, because she's lost a lot of faith in government and world.
Yep.
So.
Any other final things?
I got 2 things, and I'll be really quick so I can get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
One, Quantum starts looking through the records at some point and realizes one of the dead names is actually his grandmother.
Ooh.
Specifically, probably a villainess by the name of Lorna, who specifically was known for turning into a ghost. But the big thing is he's got a date to go to.
Yeah.
And that's it for me.
Okay. And in the days that followed, Dedalax is rebuilt after fashion. The headmaster now working in conjunction with the student council. He still trains heroes, but he works with the state government to not sell off his students, but instead he offers them choices of where they feel they can make the best difference in the world. And in the hopes that the example that he sets will make up for the crimes that he did over a century ago when he fought Axis and the other progenitors. And all of you have your school life. You finish your school years and go off to be the heroes that you choose to be. Those are stories for other times. But that's the end of this story. I want to thank all the Legion for giving me the opportunity to tell this story. Thank Mike for trusting me to create an original world and tell an original story. And yeah, that is Devin signing off for me for Paragon High Mutants and Masterminds. And my players are Cassie. Go ahead.
I've been Cassie D20 Love Chew, and I've been playing Mimic. Thank you so much, Devin, for this story. I've had so much fun playing her.
And Nikki.
That was so incredible, Devin. This has been Guilty Gear. Or Greasy Gear. Guilty Gear.
Yeah,
Love mouth. No, it's Greasy Gear. And this was super duper fun. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And Arcada.
This has been Tristan, Arcada, Glass Reflection. Thank you so much, Devin. I wasn't here for every single session that you did for Mutants and Masterminds, but for the 3 that I've been here for, I've very much enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
I'm glad. And Sam and then Mike.
Everybody, it's Sam, the production manager, playing Shortcut. Thank you, Devin. I will miss you.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
And this is Mike playing Quantum, Devin. You were the first game master I trusted to do stuff for D20 Live, and I was in no way disappointed with what you gave us.
Thank you.
Thank you for being the
It's been a
first.
pleasure and an honor. Larry Legion, signing off, and have a great weekend. Take care, everyone.
Yay! Bye.